Hello again, my skeleton peoples. The Crypt Gang has returned with the next session of our Chivalry campaign. If you've watched our previous session, you know what's about to happen. If not, it'll be linked in the description. You may skip the next bit to get into the action with a timestamp in the description, or give it a listen at your discretion. Either way, I hope you enjoy the show, and if you feel so inclined, give it a like and tell us how we did. This campaign is a tribute in memory to our dearly departed friend, Jason David Frank. Most well known for his acting as the Green and White Power Rangers through multiple different series, he created his own form of martial arts and even got inducted into the Karate Hall of Fame for it. It is in the spirit of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that this campaign is a tribute to. This campaign is hosted through StartPlaying.Games and played using the Roll20 virtual tabletop system. Every person participating in the campaign requested to play from the website and have lives of their own outside it. The intent is to play every Saturday evening, but sometimes life gets in the way, so expect players to come and go as needed. They are aware and have consented to these sessions being recorded for entertainment purposes. This is a medieval fantasy take on Power Rangers, changing them from bodysuit martial artists into kitted out medieval knights in shining armor. From cool robots to cool mythological creatures, and from goofy science powers to fantastical magical ones granted by their bonded mythical creatures. They are Grand Knights, appointed representatives from each of the 7 nations of this setting, who are sent out into the world to smite evil, save the innocent, and maybe get up to some tomfoolery or, dare I say it, shenanigans. Again, I hope you enjoy the show, and I hope you have a blessed remainder of your day. Yeah.
And that's how you cook eggs using a butthole.
Wait. Did you tell the one before or after? I can never remember.
Dealer's choice?
I just ate eggs.
Oh, man. Well, that was great.
Delicious
Anyway.
and nutritious.
Did y'all describe what your characters look like for Finn's sake before?
Did I even give a description of my character?
You probably did before. Well, let's just start from the beginning then. Loki, go ahead and describe what you could look like.
I am a. Let me get my character sheet up so I can give you actual real numbers instead of just going off whatever random nonsense is floating in my little brain.
Wow.
I am a Harrigan, which means I'm just a little rabbit dude. My size class is small. I'm 2'9" tall, and we've determined that that's without the ears. With the ears, I'm closer to 4 foot. And I weigh 34 pounds, so I am absolutely tiny. I've got black fur all over with like the amber like hair eyes, and on the very forehead there's like a little white dot. I also wear a lot of kind of raggedy black clothes because I am a rogue, so I go around and stab people. That's what I do. I'm very good at that.
She stabbed us out of something last session.
I do. I stab my friends out of decorum standards. So
And frustration.
and frustration. But yeah, no, I'm good at that, and I will stab people. My bonded companion is Starsinger. Starsinger is a white unicorn with a black horn. It's like we're equal and opposites. We both got that opposite color on our heads. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Is there any other information?
Thing?
That yin yang thing. Canonically, my best friend is Izumi, who is not here today. He is the Little John to my Robin Hood character.
Okay.
For reference, Izumi is our red knight.
Yeah, the Red Knight.
What does describe what Loki looks like when he activates his armor? Like maybe what's underneath the armor, and then like street clothes kind of thing.
Street clothes is just like typical, like rogue black armor. It's a little scuffed up because his bonding companion is the is a unicorn that's based in generosity. So like being generous is a really big part of our kind of dynamic. So we are like no money fam. So I wear a lot of just beat up stuff, and if it's not broke, I'm not gonna fix it. When I transform, I get a beautiful magical girl sequence to get into my typical medieval English armor full suit, where my ears tastefully cover all of my bits.
Oh, is that how you transform?
Tasteful censorship, just like anime.
That is how
Indeed.
most people transform.
I'm pretty sure that's. Oh, now that I think of it, that's exactly how most magical girl transformations are.
Except with hair
Yeah.
instead of ears.
Or ribbons.
Yes.
True.
Can't forget the ribbons.
I have
Or
no
that
ribbons, and I
one
have just
beam of
fur.
light.
Have y'all seen the Superman one?
No.
Superman got a magical girl transformation. You'll have to go look that up.
Oh no.
Where?
I'm looking it up.
I'm being serious. In the new show.
What is the new show even on?
It's on Adult Swim, I think.
Leave it
But
to
it comes out
Adult
on
Swim.
HBO Max.
It's the second thing when I put Superman MAG.
Star Singer, her Loki's faithful unicorn, winged unicorn companion. His personality is Keanu Reeves from Point Break. So Surfer Bro says like and dude a lot, and is patronizing and overly generous.
I think that's more Bill and Ted than Point Break.
He
Most
said,
excellent.
well, he doesn't really talk like Bill and Ted. He just has that surfer bro kind of vibe to him when he speaks, at least.
Also, Loki is male.
Yes.
Almost all of our characters are male. Actually,
Every
all
character
of our characters
is.
are male.
Except for the bonding companions.
Frackstone, your turn.
Because I keep butting in, huh?
Uh-huh.
Frackstone is a copper dragonborn, standing 6 foot tall with 3-inch horns on the top of his head. That's where Gersemi generally is when she's not fighting. She's just curled up between his horns. She is a golden dragon. He doesn't wear armor. Generally walks around in a tunic, a green tunic and brown pants, without shoes. We will go into why I mentioned that one later.
Oh, I also don't have shoes.
Most everyone doesn't.
I have sandals.
He is a dragon bloodline sorcerer. He has golden eyes, and he's generally more. He's quiet, unless he feels he needs to correct someone around him. I don't try to do that all the time. It's just what I end up doing. And apparently I've also been, trying to keep some of the crazier people in the group from doing stupid, crazy things.
Start.
Yes.
You don't even have to cough that. You want me to introduce myself next?
No.
When he transforms into his knight armor, he is surrounded by green green flames and lightning bolts as it travels from his head down to his feet. Sort of like the nano armor from Iron Man. From the top down, but it's folding out scale mail, which then is a green glowing mail over his tunic and pants because he doesn't wear armor. And he has his very fancy quarterstaff, which is also his spell focus, which is his nightly weapon.
What is Loki's weapon? Nightly weapon.
A rapier.
Yeah, nice.
And then there is Gersemi.
For Gersemi's personality, she is a smarty pants that speaks with a lisp and was born missing one of her fingers on one of her hands.
I think
The opposite of polydactyl.
Since Izumi is not currently here, it is now Star's turn.
Cool. So, not coming into this, didn't know that I was gonna have to be a half work, but I decided to do a half work. Star sits at just about 6 foot. And he I haven't put very much thought into what he wears. So, he really just at the current, he's wearing some stud leather and some Vans. Because he stole some fancy armor from some guy last session. And
It now makes him over dramatic.
It makes me overly dramatic. I feel like I should get like an advantage on rolls that are required in flair, but you know. Anyway.
You got that Riz.
Also, disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah. I feel like, honestly, I'd be okay with that. I would be okay with that. Anyway, no. My transformation sequence, I botched it. Forgetting that I wasn't one of my other characters that has a +10 in acrobatics. This character does not have a +10 in acrobatics.
No.
My transformation sequence was supposed to be... You know how some people, like, some superheroes will flip into their armor?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I was supposed to do, where the armor would, like, fly on, like Iron Man's armor. But mine, with... What did I roll? It was a pretty low acrobatics roll.
Yes.
So
I think it was 13.
Yeah, so the DM says I'm fumbling anytime I'm trying to do this, but it still gets on.
Yeah. It looks very awkward, and it's like kind of train wrecky when you watch it happen.
You know,
I was gonna plead to him because I found him a yellow knight so soon that I could re-roll this just once.
You could use your intent die for it, which we can get into in a minute.
I will take my intent die and use that. That's what my intent die does for the day. And my companion is my multi-headed Hydra moon. And my nightly weapon is a dagger. Oh, I'm also a fathomless warlock.
Alright.
Star has he likes to call himself the magic weapon and magic stuff tester because I have the higher arcana rolls of the group, being magical. Anyway, so I impulsively adopted a child last session.
Yeah, it's great.
Fair enough. Guess it's my turn, huh?
It's actually...
what was my moon's personality? I forgot.
He is honest, clumsy, and speaks with a gruff voice.
Also, only one of the heads wears glasses.
All the other ones
So
don't
they
care
all-
what they get to see.
They all have towels and capes.
Yes.
And every head is disappointed with your poison attempts.
Yes.
To preference, I drank a random thing of poison that I found, not
Several.
knowing several times, not knowing that my animal companion could test that kind of stuff.
It's like, just give it to me, I'm immune. And he's like, really?
You mean to tell me you were immune to this stuff the entire
You
time?
didn't ask.
Yeah, no, I almost threw my companion across the room last session.
Also, you French kissed a dead bird diplomat.
Don't say that. There is context behind that. There is
Sorry, what?
context.
You French kissed him to taste the poison on his beak.
No, I meant to get a sample of the poison, y'all.
It's in the video, it's canon.
It happened.
Yeah, you didn't argue with it last week.
Honestly, I'm not even mad at it because with my thing, I get immunity to poison. So I was like, you know what? We gonna try this. Little did I know I'd be French kissing a bird, but you know. Anyway, continue.
You got a problem with birds?
No, not at all.
Wow,
Okay.
one of my best friends is a bird.
Yeah.
I was like, not at all. We have a kinku and a
He
rabbit in
didn't
our
comment
party.
on the
Why
fact
would
that
I
he
have?
was French kissing a corpse, just that he was French kissing a bird.
It was the bird part that had the emphasis in that.
You know what? I honestly forgot that it was dead.
So now it's Borb's turn.
Hello. Borb is an albino kenku from Ioswin. He is a religious icon in a way, but also super stealthy, because I was a spy master before I became a knight.
Mm-hmm.
And
I just heard you say I was a thigh master, not spy.
both are true, but anyways.
What?
Huh?
You're a kenku. You don't have size like that.
Do you not eat chicken thighs? They are some of the best.
Chicken
is
legs are
true.
better. Wait,
It's just a different part of the chicken leg.
I know.
But anyways.
I just thought of it after I said it.
Yeah.
I am an albino kenku with piercing pink eyes and white feathers that have a pink tinge to them. And I wear a black robe over black leather armor. And I just kind of am childish because I am only technically 6 years old, 18 in human years, but yeah, I am 3'5", and I am technically smaller than the bunny with your ears up. So,
We're short kings.
we short kings.
I'm one of the taller members of the party.
Isn't
And-
like Izumi still the tallest?
Izumi
Yeah,
is probably the
he's like
tallest.
He's a chonky boy.
He's like 7 foot 300 pounds.
This guy can throw
Excuse
all
me,
of you.
What?
He is 7'7".
He's 7'7", 300 pounds.
He is Leonin, but he has been like kind of aesthetic changed to like a tiger, and he's almost 400 pounds. This guy can yeet all of you.
That's
He
my
can
little
fastball
John.
special all of us.
He does have a 20 in strength.
Okay, so
And-
why haven't we been eating Loki at things?
That's part of his fighting style. He just hasn't been here.
5 in strength.
Yeah. Izumi
Honestly-
will yeet me.
Uh-huh.
If we do get into combat today, Loki, I want to throw you at our enemy.
No.
No.
You are not Izumi.
I know.
Sorry for the interruption, Borb.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all good. And where was I? I don't remember.
You were small.
You're talking about
I
your
am
height.
I'm a small albino kenku, and I have a coatl that is also albino with white scales and pinkish whitish wings, and Slinky always hangs around me like a bandolier with his head over my shoulder. And my magical girl sequence for my armor is I just puff up my feathers and look as intimidating as possible as a fluffy bird. And my armor is Aztec bone armor that flows over me from my head to my talons.
Okay.
Ioswin, the pink people, are Aztec. And
Also, I have 7 moms and 1 dad.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
How does that work biologically?
Because Ioswin, it is canon that in Ioswin, the capital city that I'm from, there is a communal childhood raising thing
That was a
for
village
all
of
of the
people.
birds. So they're like the closer or the shorter the name you have in this society, like saying I have 7 moms, those are all the people that are closest to you versus like if you say my sister's second cousin half removed, that's like you really don't like that person and they are not close to you at all.
The coatl, whose nickname is Slinky, is often careless, has a unique scale and feather pattern for a coatl, and speaks real fast. And
You
now
can speak?
all of them can speak.
Oh, okay.
Now it is Finn and Basil's turn.
Alrighty. Just a heads up. I just put this down because I didn't I don't think I had enough information from the actual Yellow Ranger. Well, Yellow Knight, I guess. On the actual stuff that was in information and in general. So I just kind of did this stuff right now as I was listening to all this. Finn. Alright, let me start with the character sheet. His casual clothing, he normally wears a brown tunic and pants, because I don't really know, how medieval this is, all the clothing stuff. He has white hair and yellow eyes. He's 5'4", and he weighs 120 pounds.
What race is he?
He is a elf.
Okay.
Where?
It's an Ladrin, if I remember looking at your character sheet.
Yes. I think, yeah. Alright. He is a ranger.
What is your subclass?
I do. Hold up, because the goddamn thing. Alright, there we go. Swarm Keeper Ranger.
Zipugs.
And with that, his magical girl transformation is when he transforms, a swarm of locusts just surround him and cover him fully before flying away, and he's in his armor.
Sick.
Look, see, I wish I had thought about a magical girl transformation before doing my athletic transformation. I'm using my intent die to change my transformation today.
If you go to the image references channel in our Discord server, you can see towards the very bottom of it is the approximate representation of what a medieval suit of Egyptian armor your character would wear. This is, of course, the one that I found was a female wearing it, but you can approximate that for a male.
Alright.
I need to figure out which one mine is again.
Yours would be the medieval Greco-Roman one.
The Greco-Roman.
Uh-huh.
So I'm wearing Romanier armor.
Yeah, but like Iron Age kind of thing. So imagine like plate, like English plate mixed with the uh, Greek or Roman, like centurion kind of aesthetic.
Okay. So are we done with introduction and stuff?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot
Oh.
to say my class. I am a bard rogue.
Ooh,
Rogue.
I'm a brogue.
rogue.
Yeah, I was gonna multi-class and I was like, nah.
As far as Basil's personality is concerned, he is curious, is addicted to gambling, and
What?
is rather blasé when he speaks.
Okay.
He will make random wagers for seemingly no reason, for anything from a high five to actual money.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
Like, so
Congratulations.
Flynn just isn't going to have any money.
You just bet it with Loki, you'll be fine. Loki
This
doesn't
makes
need
two
money.
broke characters.
Oh.
So
broke
never
guys.
loaning you money. Got it.
So
In
it
Finn's
is.
defense, there really isn't nothing.
It has been a couple of days since your return from the murder mystery quest. You turned it back in to the administrator, who was nice enough. Well, the administrator in Crossroads, who was nice enough to say, "Well, you did what you could." He wasn't necessarily like mean about it, but there was always that little bit of air of, "But you could have done better." Coming back.
A disappointed father.
Coming back, you had found that Zethedramel, the old man that runs the crystal castle of yours, already in the process of teaching Sev things, which is the Sev being the child that you adopted after you went and did like ice cream and like food and stuff. He has spent those 2 days getting Sev up to snuff on things. You already know that Sev has a greater than average intelligence, explained by the fact that he has spent the last 8 years in very well educated company. So he is a 12-year-old that speaks with like adult diction.
Which I feel like we should teach him how to speak like a kid.
He's fine.
I can do that because I speak very childlike.
No,
Well-
let's let him be. Now that I think of it, let's let him be intelligent. Alright, so I'm gonna spend my intent die for this session to change my transformation.
Okay. To explain to Finn, everybody has once per session a free D20 that you can use to change something. You get it back at the beginning of every session. You can use it to do something magical involving your inherent knightly powers. You can do it to change something about like your armor transformation. You can do it to change your weapon. You can do it to do pretty much anything. If it rolls high enough, it'll succeed. If it doesn't, then it won't. It is just.
Also,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot to say, Finn's weapon is a longbow.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so with that 12, will you allow me to reroll my acrobatics roll?
You know what? Sure.
Come on!
rolls
It's
a
a nat
Let's
natural
give roll a
one.
nat one.
Yeah.
If it's worse than your previous one, you don't have to keep it. If it's greater than your previous one, even if it's just by one, you have to keep it. It is the exact same.
Exact
I
same.
will allow you to roll it one more time.
No, the dice gods.
Thank
There you
God.
go.
The dice gods
The
will you to fumble.
exact same. That's
What is
fantastic.
this crap?
I go through all of the process of telling you that if it's worse, then you can't, then you don't have to keep it. But if it's better, you do. And instead of rolling either one of those,
It's a 13.
uh-huh.
The exact same roll. At least with this 16, Star now is able to successfully do these tricks.
He doesn't look like a giant idiot doing it.
So he looks like a little idiot doing it.
It does look a little bit goofy, but
He does it with the flare now because of the jacket.
And now he's just
Alright.
slightly winded at the end of it, not breathing like he's just run a marathon.
Yeah, he is
I mean, my
slightly
stamina
less
is
out of shape.
amazing.
So as you gather from a lovely night sleeping in your eerily quiet, crystalline bedrooms, Zethedramel does what he normally does, which is have a giant spread of miscellaneous breakfast foods laid out on the different, like, big banquet tables of the meeting room for the Grad Knights. Currently, he is sitting in front of Sev across the table from him. It looked like they're going through some kind of like history lesson. He's got like a couple of books in front of him. Sev is taking notes and asking quiet questions. He is avidly learning. And as you step inside, Sev doesn't even look up. He's all for the thing. But Zethedramel, which is like he's all you really see is that he's human, very long, bushy white beard, always wearing a gray hooded robe, gray robe that kind of goes with his gray colored eyes. He looks up and he gives you a gentle, grandfatherly smile that he gives you every time you show up. He says, "Welcome to breakfast, great knights. I've laid it out as usual, and in the process, I have been teaching your new ward stuff about history. At least the things that I could remember."
Star is going over to Sev and asking him how he's feeling, I guess.
Not better than before.
You can hit Alt and move your character, and you'll go in between the squares.
Okay, thank you.
Not being able to dream is better than being stuck in what I believe to be only dreams. So it's only been positive from the last 3 days.
We really need to we really need to give this kid more. I'm saying this to the party. We really need to give this kid more childhood wonder.
I mean, that ice cream was great. I'd go for more ice cream. Looks at Zethedramel. It's like, I can make some ice cream.
And you have Ralph.
Meh. Zethedramel just
I was
turns
gonna
it.
ask about the goat.
Sev has himself a pet goat.
Okay.
Well, Ralph the Goat is from like session 2 or something. Probably like session 3, really. We were in like this little underground dungeon trying to find Frackstone. Well, we had found Frackstone. But Borb found these 2 knives called Trick and Treat. And one of them, like, you stab someone with it and it does something positive for him. And the other one, you stab them with it and it does something negative. And Borb threw...
So somebody into a goat?
Yeah, it turned a big old troll into a goat.
It was an
Is
undead...
the goat intelligent in any sort of way? Does it speak?
It was an
No.
undead ogre.
No.
Undead
Ralph
ogre.
does not
Yep.
speak.
Is a zombie ogre and knows how to dig into extra dimensional pockets, which confuses the shit out of Zethedramel.
Is that how he got there?
No, we
No.
brought him home.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
We brought him
y'all-
home because
y'all
he's my
right.
boy.
Okay, so he has a pet goat. So we have a pet goat. Got it.
Uh-huh.
At least he has some kind of companionship other than the old man.
There's also, I think it's a raccoon somewhere, but I
The
don't know who
raccoon
has
is
that.
somewhere. I'd have to go
We
Yeah.
find
have a
the token
raccoon.
again.
I
The
would
raccoon
just like to
exists.
point out that Finn could teach Sev how to meditate rather than just sleep. Because
Is there a way that we can teach him to astral project without magic?
Not unless you find something that can do that for him, like an item for it.
Well, that's something that Star is gonna hunt for. Because I don't. Again, I really do feel bad that we're just leaving him here. He's learning stuff, but being cooped up in the Crystal Castle every day is like.
It's
Just take him with us.
we're not taking him on missions.
I know.
Why not? Give him a bow. He can shoot things too.
Honestly, I was thinking the same thing. Give him a bow.
I can
Give
teach
him a
him
mini.
how to whip things really good.
And if it ever comes to if it ever comes to him actually having to get in a close range fight, we can teach him swordplay.
We are not taking him on missions.
Who's saying that?
Everyone.
Crackstone is saying this. We are not taking him on missions.
But Frackstone.
Why not?
But
Why not?
Fragstone,
Come on. What's the worst that can happen?
he dies.
He could die.
Yeah.
We can all die too.
Yeah, but we're actually trained not to do that.
I mean, we can train him to run. We already figured out that he can run pretty well.
See? More
He
reason.
doesn't know how to.
Man, Fraxstone, maybe
doesn't
you
know how
should
to run?
get above some water.
It's early in the morning. I need to eat.
I literally cannot hear this guy half the time.
Oh yeah, no, me neither.
He just keeps leaving his microphone behind.
He just keeps walking farther and farther away every time he
Yes.
talks.
Honestly, I actually haven't moved. I think my microphone's just going out. Let me switch over.
See a little bit better.
So while he does that, Zethedramel takes out the large tome that he had brought out the last time you had turned in a mission. And he puts it down on the table. He's got his hand on top of it and says, despite the fact that you could be considered have failed the previous mission, reward is reward.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, there we go. He's fine.
For every mission that you participate in, I suppose you could say, you still get something good from it. Instead of getting 3, however, you only get to choose 2 this time.
Oh, he's gone.
What 3 did we choose
Oh,
last time?
he's back.
Oh, that's right. You only had 2 last time. It was
Yeah.
I told you there,
the
buddy.
the cloak and the
Gate ring.
yeah.
Keep him alive.
So, in this case, you still get 2. Congratulations.
Yay.
He lays out the book and he looks at all of you and he says, which ones are going to get either one or both of the items that you can choose?
What's that?
He is asking who gets the 1 or 2 of the magical items that he is offering you as a reward.
Can I take one? I don't have any magical items.
Can Finn take one? Because I don't think he participated.
You were canonically there.
Okay.
And you do have the suit, the armor of the Maestro for a Star, which I can tell you what that does, since Zethedramel can identify things.
Oh yeah, what does this armor do?
So it's black-studded leather +1 armor. It does require you to attune to it. By this point, you are already attuned to it. You can't take it off. It's made out of.
I think I might be able to take it off. I have.
Do you have like remove curse?
I think I took that.
Okay.
I did.
Well, it's made out of soft black leather and is equipped with a tall collared cloak that is red on the inside. It's like a half cloak kind of thing. It billows dramatically pretty much everywhere you go. All actions are performed with an overly dramatic effect. As an action, you may make a performance check before any action you take. If you do so, you may add what you roll for the performance check to whatever check you make after, provided you can explain what you do in detail.
Jeez.
That's overpowered.
In the process,
Charisma,
you
one of my higher
gain
stats.
proficiency in performance if you didn't have it already. Do you have it already?
I don't think I would just be rolling with advantage, not
Okay.
advantage. I'd have a proficiency in performance. I
Yeah.
think I have it. Give me just a sec. I wasn't on my sheet. I tabbed out of it. I don't have an advantage in performance, so I'll just go ahead and click that on.
Okay. You're now proficient in performance, and secondarily, as a reaction to a melee attack against you, you can make a performance check to raise your AC by your proficiency bonus until the start of your next turn.
So +6.
Yes, your proficiency bonus.
That is
So
my
in this
proficiency
case,
bonus.
your proficiency bonus is 3.
My proficiency is +3. Oh yeah.
So you can essentially perform your way out of situations or make your actions better by being overly dramatic. But it's only if you can describe what you're doing overly dramatically in detail.
Cool. I start flipping my daggers, like start juggling my daggers as I throw them.
As
Right
for
next to the child's head.
No. That was just me saying that and not actually doing it.
Oh, that has way too much stuff with it.
And it's just gonna get a plate. It's just gonna get a plate of food and go back to his seat.
No, Freckstone totally did that as well.
Oh
Yay,
lordy!
we can hear you again.
If we
Sorry.
could all
I was waiting for
Turn them along.
Crick to finish describing the overly dramatic clothes before I said anything.
Man, all of Gondor can hear you, sir.
Gondor has called for aid.
Yes.
I need a turn for everyone. No.
A new hand touches the beacon.
More like a
Man,
new voice.
your volume's 10 or 90. There's no in between.
No, you either sound like you're underwater and wanting to talk to us on the phone, but it's like a Nokia phone, or you're
Shouting in your ear?
yeah. There's no in between.
I'm literally talking at the exact same level. It's somewhere either between here and my stuff and your stuff.
I think it's the gain of your microphone, but that's okay. I turned you down in Discord, so we're fine.
Yeah.
Oh hey.
Well, I
Set it
changed
just
over to my
for
headset,
Discord.
so.
So there are 4 items that you can choose from. You can only choose 2. I'm trying to find the other 2.
Will Zev get magic items periodically, or do we have to give him ours?
You have to provide your own to him. He is not an adventurer. He doesn't just get some.
Okay, can I take one of the magical items in that case?
You have to ask your group.
Are y'all against me taking one of the magical items?
Depends on what you're going to do with said magical item.
It depends on what it does.
I was gonna give Zev treat, but I don't know if I can do that. Can I
Nope.
split up the knives?
You cannot.
Okay, I didn't think so, but
Wait, what does the amulet I found do?
raises AC because it's the amulet of, or the circlet.
No, not the circlet. The amulet that I found in the one of the chests there that I swung at him in a threatening manner, and he said, "Don't do that."
So we
That's
could give
the
Kate a
cursed
higher
one.
armor class.
Nah, this one's the cursed amulet.
Oh, never mind.
It does cursed things.
We just
Which is why I haven't put it on.
Not give it another cursed item.
But what does it do?
You'd have to bring that to somebody who can decurse it first.
I mean, I can
I'm not
remove
touching
curse.
that.
I'll do it. I can remove curse.
Okay.
Well,
one of my
remove
little-
curse only gets it off of you. It doesn't.
Is that really how that works? Here, I'm gonna just read this real quick side. Just to make sure.
Wells, as the Hedgermill is going through all these things, can I just be feeding Rolf the ratatouille over there and just like give him nice roasted veggies?
Sure.
Oh, I've got sausages just sitting on my head for Grisemi to pick through.
You have heard nonstop, like nom nom nom.
I know. I'm periodically putting more up there just until she tells me she doesn't want any more.
I told Moon to help himself.
He is currently arguing with the mini heads about which pie to eat first.
You can eat multiple.
It's like, yeah, but they all go down to the same stomach.
That's the point.
It's difficult to eat multiple things at once. We have decided that we have to choose one and eat it and then move on from there. We just want to figure out which one we want to eat first.
Why don't you just take like 5 slices of pie, line them up, and then just take a bite of each one for each of you, so that way you can all have your favorite flavor. But
Moon has
like,
8 heads.
8 heads. Sorry,
That's a
I thought it
lot.
was 5.
I thought it was free.
How many heads does Moon canonically have right now?
8.
Okay.
Well, technically it's 1 plus every level. So yeah, it's 8. He had 7 before.
He grew an extra head overnight.
Uh-huh.
The new personality. This is his moody head.
They're all
This head
pretty
hates
moody.
everything and everyone.
He does have like a moon head as well.
Ah, yes, we love Moon.
While the moons are arguing, I'm gonna ask. Okay, so are we okay with me taking one of the magic items just to see what it does, and if it does something a little less harmful, I'm gonna give it to Sev.
Well, I can tell you what all they do.
I mean, okay. So out of the 2 magical items that we can take, what do they do?
Well, you've got
Well,
a choice
there's
from
4.
4.
Oh, from 4.
Yeah.
What do they all do?
There are 2 rings and 2 accessories. In terms of like clothing and stuff. There's
What do the rings do?
The rings are, there's the contingency band that is a ring of 3 braided bands. When you set the ring inside of a potion, like a healing potion or whatever, if you leave it in there for a minute, it'll soak up all of the potion and one of the bands will light up. And after you take damage, you can use your reaction to heal yourself. Utilizing the consumed potion, it's then lost in that one of the rings braids turns dark. So you can essentially have 3 potions programmed into the band. And then there's the return of the spider ring that allows you to have spiders.
No.
As 8 charges, regains a D8 while wearing the ring. You can use an action to get rid of a charge to summon a spider. It's a teeny tiny little guy that does spider things.
The spider?
I'm going to whisper in my head to Moon. I want to burn that thing. Star is canonically scared of spiders.
Oh, then don't choose the spider ring then.
Oh yeah, no, I ended up reading it. Parkstone.
As for
Okay, so what did the accessories do?
Frack.
we have also called him Frankstone. There was an entire episode I called him Frankstone. It was great.
Why didn't he correct you?
He did.
Multiple times.
Yes. There's the Sash of Sorceress Energy. It's a like one-shouldered like robe kind of thing made out of fancy fabric. The Sash is 5 charges, and you get a D4 plus 1 charge regained every day. When an ally that you can see within 60 feet of you casts a spell. Oh my goodness, Frackstone.
What are you doing?
Are you alright?
He is finding all of the noisy things to do.
I'm
All at
sorry.
once.
My man is on the bed eating chips.
Yeah.
I don't know. Frackstone is muted on mine because I was just like, my headphones are way too sensitive.
Yeah. When an ally that you can see within 60 feet of you casts a spell while you're wearing the robe, you can use a reaction to expend 1 or more of the Sash's charges to twist a spell with one of your known meta magic actions. So this is obviously for somebody who is a sorcerer without spending any sorcery points. Number of charges you expend is equal to the number of sorcery points the meta magic option would normally cost. If using the Sash would cause the spell to target a second creature, you can choose the new target. In addition, when you use a meta magic option on the spell while wearing the Sash, you can change the style, color, and material of the garment and buckle. The weight doesn't change.
Essentially,
Just its
it
appearance.
sounds like twine magic. Oh, take that. Take it.
Like free magic is free sorceress meta magic nonsense. The second is called the Gauntlets of Eldritch Ferocity.
Mine.
When you hit a target with the Eldritch Blast spell while wearing these gauntlets and roll damage, you can treat anyone on a damage die as a 2. Additionally, while wearing these gauntlets, you can choose to create an additional beam of energy and make an extra attack whenever you cast Eldritch Blast. When you roll a 1 or a 2 on an attack roll made with this extra beam, you take 3d12 necrotic damage. And until you finish a short or long rest, your hit point maximum is reduced by an amount equal to the necrotic damage you take. This necrotic damage
Wait.
ignores
so if I roll
resistance.
a 1 or a 2 on this,
Yes, on the attack roll.
I'm willing to take this.
The necrotic damage ignores resistances and immunity, and if it reduces you to 0 HP, you die.
I will take those, strictly because I'm the only one in the group that can use Eldritch Blast.
I want the Sash.
And I will be taking the gauntlets. Are you going to put those on our sheets so that we know?
We'll put it in the cool stuff we done got channel in the Discord
Like
server,
this.
and you can just throw it onto your character sheet.
Cool. I can just add it as a note and then...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. Alright. Well, I will be taking those gauntlets. Somebody will be taking that sash. I look down at Sev. I'm sorry, my child. You do not get a weapon today.
He's like, it's cool.
Can I teach him how to use the dagger that I gave him?
I mean, he just kind of looks at the knife. He's like, I know where the pointy end goes.
Yeah,
Goes in your
no,
hand.
that's not how... I'm going to shoot whoever said that dead glare.
The pointy end goes in Star.
No!
It looks like he can take it.
Anyway, so Star is going to... I'm gonna go over the basics of, like, slashing and stabbing with Sev before we head
So,
out.
knife safety?
Knife safety.
Does he become proficient with daggers like his father?
If that's how it works, I would also like to teach him how to use a spear. I will hand him
think
one
it
of my spears.
takes longer than that to get proficiency in something.
If I were to... I have an idea. Guys, I have an idea. I'm gonna drag the party away.
Real quick, Real quick.
Good idea.
Did you mean to have put the 2 things for the sorcerer's energy? Because there's a. I know you generally do a small blurb at the end of things, but this is a very large blurb.
The blurb came with the generated thing, so it's just flavor text essentially.
Okay.
If you wanted something fun to read, I guess.
Okay, so I'm gonna drag the party off to the side. I'm gonna whisper to them. Out of Sev's range. I'm gonna be like, so, what if I gave him the drum armor that I'm wearing?
Well, you can't take it off.
I can.
That
I haven't.
He has Dispel Curse.
ah.
It'll allow him to take it off at least.
But if we put it on him, he'll never be able to take it off unless you specifically cast it on him. Cast
Well,
that on
one
him.
gives him armor, just in case something were to ever get in this little pocket dimension, which I don't think anything could.
Can he even fit it?
He is 12. So
Doesn't
probably
it auto
not.
adjust? Doesn't it not auto adjust?
It does.
Size?
He's also the size of a 7-year-old.
Yeah, he is
Same.
malnourished.
Very tiny child.
He doesn't seem that flashy.
I mean, he could become flashy with this.
Just imagine a straight-faced, no-nonsense kid doing very overly dramatic actions with a straight face.
He could become fabulous.
Mandatory fun time.
No, I say, here, put this armor on, put the armor on Sev while whispering to the party. He will become fabulous one way or the other.
But it's so
What
big.
is your definition of fabulous?
He has a cloak. That's about it.
Yes, whatever. I'm not actually going to do that. I was just proposing the idea.
I say go for it.
Are we really going to... I mean,
No.
You're yet to traumatize.
would
No.
that really be traumatizing, though?
Yes.
Like, imagine you live your whole life on a bed and you're, like, just now beginning to, like, learn how to become a human being, and now you're being, like, vaguely mind control magicked into doing things super dramatically. And you're also 12.
You're right, I guess.
Up.
Who are you talking to, your dog? Animal?
Yes. Sorry.
That's alright, I do the same thing.
Zethedramel, like, the book opens up, you select which items you want, they pop out, and you each take them. So that is the sash for Frankstone, and the gauntlets
Frankstone.
for
Frankstone.
Star. He closes up the book, puts the book inside of his, like, one of his, like, large robe pockets while giving a death glare to Rolf the goat. And then takes out of the same pocket, a different book.
Wait, why did he give the death glare to Rolf?
Because he was
Because
eating things out of his pocket before.
Yeah, Rolf can magically take stuff out of Zethedromel's pockets.
Which is why he's,
And
like, currently on a leash.
Last time we talked to Zethedromel, he literally pulled an entire book out of Rolf's mouth.
Yes.
So what is Rolf's mouth, like an infinite void space?
Dunno.
No.
I don't know.
Does one of you have animal handling?
Yes.
I do.
I think so.
Let's have the ranger roll it first.
Oh, true, we have a ranger now.
Hi, that's me. Not letting me. Alright, there we go. I'm rolling
Just roll us a
animal
animal
handling, right?
handling.
Animal handling.
I give addition to it. Like, I help you with it.
So if you want to
Yeah,
roll
it feels like
again,
they're normal.
yeah.
I mean, that 19 already does something, but go
Yeah,
ahead and roll
that's-
again.
Let's see if you get 24. Nope.
No.
I don't know. Wait, was that supposed to be rolling with advantage or normal?
Well, that was your advantage at that point, but yeah, you can just hit the advantage toggle thing in the future.
Okay, because I was rolling normal.
I get you. 19 on animal handling. You look at Rolf. Rolf looks like a goat. He does goat things. He is currently eating salad and apparently ratatouille. Um, as far as you can tell, normally he is a goat. But as he opens up his mouth to get a good nom full of salad, you can't help but notice that there is not the usual interior of a creature's mouth in Rolf's mouth. It's all black.
Ooh.
Okay, there's an infinite void inside of our goat.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
He's the best, and I
If I
give him
stick my
more
head in it-
ratatouille while I am also holding 2 other forks, feeding myself ratatouille and Slinky. So I
many
have
ratatouille.
3 forks in my 2 hands.
Finn just points at the goat. It's like, should we be worried about that?
You just have to be patient with uncommon children.
Yeah, now that I think of it, should we be worried that there's an infinite void inside of our goat?
No.
What would happen if he tried
No.
to eat us?
Why would the goat eat us?
I mean, we could test
I don't
this.
know,
We
maybe
could
we
test
look
the
yummy.
theory.
Goats
I just
are
asked the
omnivores.
Thedramel if his pockets are full of chewed up salad.
He just casually looks inside of one of his pockets. He's like, no. Thankfully. Former book.
I'm going to throw a piece of parchment into the void. I'm trying to see where I'm trying to find out where it goes.
You're gonna have to convince the goat to open his mouth first.
I'm
Oh.
throwing it in there as he's taking a bite of food.
Do
Choke the
a dexterity with
A dex roll?
with proficiency, because you do throw things.
I get a proficiency, so I have to just click the arrow on it, right?
If you just do like you're doing like a stab with your daggers.
So I'm rolling with dex. That's a dex save.
Yeah. +3, that'd be a dirty 20. Yeah, you're able to throw the slip of paper, even though it just kind of noodles around in the air for a little bit, into the goat's mouth as he takes a bite of salad. Doesn't seem to notice, and nothing untoward happens.
Should we write a note and say hello and toss it into Rolf's mouth?
Honestly,
See if
I'd
he
be willing to do
spits
that.
out an answer?
So Zethedramel is just like shakes his head and he's like, on to bigger and better things.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what. It's not concern. It's not a major problem, but it's slightly concerning that we haven't what looks to be a
Yeah.
void inside of our goat's stomach.
Well, you can either ask.
Can I convince Rolf to let me stick my head in its mouth?
No.
Oh, I was about to do that. I was about to make Finn, like try to stick his hand in and see if he can feel anything.
Honestly, I would just.
No.
I would ask.
No.
I would ask Moon
No.
to do it, but I'm not gonna traumatize Moon.
Moon just
And then
looks at the
child.
goat, looks back at you, looks back at the goat, and he's like, "I'm good."
I'm not gonna traumatize my little buddy.
He's like, "I've seen some pretty bad things."
In my head, I'm not even saying this to Moon. I'm just thinking this. I could use Sev. He's small enough.
Oh wow.
I think
So
we're gonna have to call CPS.
So Zethedramel opens up the tome that he had brought out, continues to shake his head, listening to the hubbub about Rolf, and essentially talks to whoever is close enough to him and says, despite the outcome of your previous mission, you're given another one. This time, instead of Tarvus Mela or Nehutorum, you get to visit the rabid steppes of Aclaria.
The rabbit of what?
rabid steppes.
Oh.
Steppes. Yes, I did say PP. I know. Of Aclaria, which is where the Black Knight comes from, our resident Tiefling. There are concerns of a growing chaos cult in Aclaria. There have been rumors of people going missing at night, only to return slightly different.
What do you mean slightly different?
Well, their morning routines
different?
change, their reactions to people that they would greet jovially or negatively would swap, treating friends as enemies and enemies as friends.
So they become opposite of themselves.
At least perceptively, anyway. They
Did
go off.
something swap out with them?
We don't know yet. Um, they sometimes wander off in the midst of things to either stare at the wall, mutter to themselves, or disappear for hours on end, returning a little bit worse for wear. All of them share the same sort of symptoms before they go away. Well, and by go away, I mean disappear entirely. They begin to mutter about voices in their heads.
Voices. I understand that one. My
For
Patreon talks to me quite often.
for those of you who aren't experienced with strange voices in your heads, barring your bonded companions, of course, these are symptoms of chaos nonsense.
So more chaos magic.
It seems that whoever these people are being subjected to close interactions with beings of chaos, aka beastmen.
The beast.
Beastmen. The Beastmen.
This is serious, as they are past the bulwark that keeps the beastmen separate from Aclaria and Nehutorum. And
so you're telling us we need to go there and figure out what's going down?
Yes. Worse is that many of those who are affected are members of the Aclarian military.
We don't need that. We need the Aclarian military to be okay.
Sure do. That would be preferred, yes.
Okay.
The leader of this quest, or the well, in this case it's a librarian that will be your go-to informant. They will meet you at a very fancy tavern or inn in Aclaria, but they're not called that. They're called a caravanserai, which is a place where merchants and travelers go to talk, learn things, do stuff.
Do we need to dress nice?
You're Grand Knights. They're not going to tell you to dress nice. If you
Or wear
want to
shoes.
dress nice.
Should we be in our armor or just normal clothes?
Normal clothes would be fine, but expect trouble as beastmen are involved. If not your magical Grand Knight armor, then any armor you would wear underneath would be fine.
Yeah, at this point, Star is going to go about transforming into his armor.
Isn't the armor like limited, so you only have so much time with it on?
It stays on for as long. I think it lasts for only a minute, but you can do it as often as you want.
And as long as I haven't died, so. Star with his he's gonna be like, "Hey guys, look," as he does his armor transformation a little bit better.
Finn looks a little disappointed as he was waiting for him to fall.
Like, oh, rude.
He ends the transformation with a backflip and he punches down.
Lame.
So like the hero landing?
The hero landing, yes. He's gonna pull a hero landing.
So now, not only are you wearing a fancy black set of leather armor. You're now wearing blue Iron Age Greco-Roman armor.
Yeah, can for the cloaks for the cloak, can the magic of my armor take it over and like just make it jet blue?
Well, your armor has a cloak, so it would like overwrite what other cloak you're wearing.
Okay, cool.
Or it'll have that kind of like a weird, like clothing physics kind of mesh in like from like a video game where like the two cloaks just kind of like go in and out of each other kind of deal.
Understandable. It's whatever. I asked the group. I asked the party. Are we ready to head out?
Well,
Yeah,
I'd
I'm
like to
ready.
attune to this before we like to attune to this new sash before we go.
I was saying I'm gonna go about attuning to my new my new gauntlets.
Before you leave, you see him like reach into one of his other robe pockets and brings out a large bag and drops it on the table, but you hear this like papery movement on the inside. He opens up the bag and he
Money?
starts taking out, it's not necessarily money. He takes out a stack of what look like fancy IOUs. This is your means of making purchases out in the world. This is essentially a credit card or a credit statement that makes it so that your local government representatives pay for whatever it is you're buying.
Cool. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take them.
Each of you gets 10, and each of them is 100 gold each.
Cool.
So you have the equivalent of 1,000 gold that is you can get more of essentially every time you go back to the Citadel. But canonically speaking, it is once per day is when you can refill it, going back up to 10. So you have a constant line of 1,000 gold for each of you,
Ooh, okay.
Oh my.
and you can just
Or 10
force
platinum.
your governmental body to pay for whatever it is you're trying to buy.
Finn is going to get out of his seat and actually go into his armor.
Sick.
Yeah.
Scarab. Change.
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum.
Carrot change.
Now you can leave if you want to, but it'll be, what is it, 10 minutes to attune, or is it longer?
I thought it was a whole long.
It's generally between 10 and an hour or something like that.
Well, you can do it as like a low impact or like a off time kind of action thing.
I mean, as we're walking, could that be considered off time?
Yeah.
Okay. Most people wouldn't consider that off time, so I was just asking. So I'm gonna pull the gauntlets onto my wrist, and immediately, whatever color they were, they become blue.
Yeah.
Blue and black. And they become fabulous. The nails get a little bit longer on the gauntlet.
Why do you have long nails?
It's become fabulous.
Thank you. Somebody gets it.
Having
Look.
short nails bad?
Just not as fabulous as it could be.
Look, anything I do from henceforth, it needs to be fabulous.
Oh, hi, Barb.
Hey,
Hey!
Good. Welcome.
See,
Barbara?
Whoa, dude.
Best.
yeah.
You might want to reconnect. You're real glitchy.
Yeah.
I'm glitching.
Yeah, you were glitching.
Badly.
Is this better? Is this better?
Yeah.
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 Hello.
Cool.
Welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
We got Yellow Knight.
Yeah,
I
that's
found us a
me.
yellow knight within a few days.
Yeah.
I saw in the Discord.
So I'll explain this to you how I found this guy. I was playing a game of Overwatch competitive late one night before another D&D session. When I tell you I met him yesterday, I met him yesterday.
That's funny.
Hi.
I
Well,
was like, I met him yesterday. So
Right.
Now I'm just along for the ride.
Uh,
he wanted to do D&D.
anyhow,
We had sessions going on. I inducted him into the section.
Uh, so, since you have joined us, Mr. Barbaros, if you could explain what your character looks like, for our new person's sake.
No, he doesn't want to.
Apparently not.
All right.
Anyway, we're gonna continue.
No, I think Barb just like disconnected or something.
hello.
Hello.
Hi, you good?
Hola.
I'm sorry. So a tiefling, a red tiefling, black hair, wearing black and gold traditional. Forgot the name of my name. The P word.
You mean Aclaria? Or Persian?
Persian, probably.
Pina colada.
If you
Barb,
like
you're cutting out again, man.
colada,
Getting gone in the right.
Hello.
you
Yeah,
good?
you're cutting out bad again.
Yeah.
You might need to like reconnect or figure out a different microphone to use, or
Let's turn up my sensitivity. I'm outside right now.
Oh, that doesn't
Okay,
help.
that makes sense.
Oh.
But you're with your girlfriend.
maybe he's with his girlfriend outside.
Should we just continue?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, for your downtime activity, you can spend that time attuning to your new items. Generally, it's supposed to take like a short rest, but you can spend, as long as it's not in combat, you can spend up to an hour just kind of vibing and attuning. Um, you can use the lovely little transportation thing outside of your fancy palace to telebamf your way to Aclaria. Your new destination.
Yeah, Sev shouldn't be there.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
You should be able to move your token around and put them on the board. Someone is apparently having fun with the door.
I don't know who.
What?
I was confused. I thought it was because Finn was still inside.
Oh,
There goes Barbas.
Barbaros does not want to hang out.
Nope. He's having some trouble. But that is what the exterior of your pocket dimension looks like. You have a giant pink crystal castle with a series of pink trees and purplish pink grass and dirt. It's all a large flat plain. The only piece of higher than flat is the castle. The sky above is like a starry night sky with nebula everywhere. It's a very beautiful place and very peaceful. There's also no animal noises because nothing else exists here.
Except for sometimes Rolf.
Yes, you can hear
And the raccoon.
distant meh coming from the interior of the castle.
I'm still trying to figure out, why do we have a raccoon?
Another one of the trick or treat transformations.
Hey guys, I'm back. Things work.
That sounds like it works.
That's a whole lot better.
It's
Alright.
Better, but you are kind of gravelly.
It works.
Oh,
You are
stopped.
starting to
it's
cut
not
in and out
worse.
again.
Let me adjust my.
It's very robot-y. Boop, boop, beep,
Tome
boop.
o gato.
Gonna start talking R2-D2.
Is this better?
Yes.
Say something very
Alright.
long and difficult.
I will do that by explaining who my character is. My character's name is Barbarous. I'm not giving you a last. He has red skin, bighorn sheep horns. He has a giant scimitar and a
Bless you.
Bless.
I tried to hit the mute before that happened.
traditional Persian clothes. Complete with a black and golden coat.
Is it the sleeveless or the floofy sleeve one?
And he does not have a turban or a headdress. He doesn't have one of those. It wouldn't fit with his horns. So he doesn't wear it.
The only reason.
I don't know.
Would he have a
Like, it's part of his culture, but like, it don't go right on his horns. So he just like it. And he has a bonded companion named Victory. She's usually a tiny little cat, and but then sometimes she's a big lioness with bighorn sheep horns and like pigeon wings or dove wings, emo dove wings.
Victory is a chimera. We kind of messed around with the aesthetic of the chimera, so instead of having 3 heads, it's a lion head with snake fangs, the goat horns on its head, front limbs are lion paws, back ones are the hooves of a goat. The tail is like a snake tail, and it's got bird wings that come out the shoulders. Her name is Victory. And she
I
is.
thought she was I thought she was like a lioness with sheep horns and fangs in her mouth and wings coming out her back.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
Victory is generous, small for a chimera, and speaks in a breathy way. She is one of 3 companions that are female. Everybody else is either male or indeterminate.
Are the females now?
Well, we still have the same amount of females.
Okay. I thought everyone was male except for Victory for a second.
Nope. Kasai and Gersemi are both female.
And Slinky
Okay.
is indeterminate.
Uh-huh. Slinky do what Slinky does.
How does
Slinky's
one
a
gender a noodle?
A
He's-
winged noodle at
Certainly.
You
that.
do not gender noodle.
They transcend all things.
Snakes reproduce.
So
Should I
you
call them my kids?
so what?
Is it you?
Like I guess.
Got a couple of people cutting in
Hello?
and out now.
Yeah, okay, something's happening with Discord, I think.
Oh.
I think my stuff works good though. So
You're okay so far. You're a
Am I
little bit
perfectly fine?
scratchy, but
Thank you everyone for watching technical issues episode like 5.
yeah.
Guys,
At least it's
We're
not the
at
one
Skype
where
now.
I just completely couldn't do anything on Discord. That was a great day. Loved it.
So much fun.
yeah.
So you have used the teleporter circle and the by the crystal castle to telebamf your way to Aclaria. The first thing many of you notice is that it is cold as all get out. This is fairly rugged
Colder
kind of
than
place.
normal?
Not a whole lot of things grow there. Those that do are incredibly unofficial name is technically difficult. There's a lot of hard packed earth. Some trees, some of them look like they just been like force transplanted kind of deal. You're in a portion of the Aclarian capital, the Iron Summit, where the ancestral Erie was all about towns growing up on the large causeways going up the mountain and inside of the mountain going up to the top. The Iron Summit is the entire mountain, is exterior at least, is where people live, growing up it and down it on both sides. It is the like at the very, like, I guess you could call it the northern tip of the Iron Mountain range is where the summit is located. You're currently at the bottom where the Wilding River meets the lake in Aclaria. The air is filled with the sound of birds, seagulls mainly, um, flying through the air. You can hear all of the bubbling hubbub of people as you find yourself in this like large kind of tower interior, but like all of the there's like large archways that lead out. Think of a like a courtyard with a roof over it, except that roof leads up to a huge tower. Lots of white marble. The floor underneath is pretty much spotless. You can see where the teleporter pad is, kind of embedded into the solid marble there. There's a blue-skinned tiefling just kind of like sweeping up stuff, just kind of like nods and waves at you as he's kind of doing his thing. You can see that you're on one of the tiers above the base of the Iron Summit. You can see that there is a large kind of fortified castle that is the stairwell that leads up to what level you're currently on. There's a temple a bit of a ways away that's for the Temple of the 13 Divine. There's another castle leading up to the next tier above, etc., etc., etc. Everything around you is very well fortified. There are soldiers and guards wandering around. You got the soldiers wearing their like civilian uniforms, and then you got the guards that are generally wearing either studded leather or banded leather, banded metal armor, like the conical caps, and like some of them have like the chain or scale, like kind of like coif, I guess you could call it, coif. That kind of comes down, covers up a little bit of their faces, but all of their helmets have a opening in them so that their horns can come out. Most people don't really give you a second look.
I barely hear what you're saying.
Sorry, what? Did no one catch anything that I just said?
I did.
Yes.
I heard it all.
It
Okay,
might
cool.
be his pickup on your pickup on his end.
So yeah, not many people like really look up and note your appearance, except for that lonely kind of janitor guy. Thanks.
Can you hear Crypt now?
Ow. Hello, Star?
Do you hear?
My mistake. I was muted.
Oh, okay.
Silly goose. What was I doing?
were
There
just
are hundreds of miscellaneous species wandering around, the majority of it being tieflings. You see down in the bottom tier, which is where all of the major trade happens, you see that there are boats coming in and out, going up the river or down it. Some of them are fishing the depths of the lake. Most of them are bringing in things from the oceanic trade route around the packed nations, generally trading with either Ephraim, the neighbor, or braving the seas around the Ashlands to trade with Zalashtar and Ioswin. Most people don't go the chaos route because no one wants to start hearing voices as they're trying to trade their fish. So Tarvis Mela doesn't really get a whole lot of Aclarian trade unless those Aclarian fishermen or merchants have really big cojones.
Or are partially insane.
That's where the cojones comes from, at least. So yeah, you are in Aclaria. It is cold. You've gone from the kind of summer weather of Tarvis Mela, the awful temperatures of Nehutorum, to like mid-fall, early winter kind of gnarly, dry, cold. Everyone is, I wouldn't say bundled up, but lots of long sleeve shirts. How their fashion generally works is that you've got the like a long sleeve tunic, and then a decently fashionable like jacket over it that is like a heavy kind of. It's either heavy or light depending on the season for it. Generally, I don't want to say kitted out, but very fashionable. Like the majority of their fashion is in these fancy coats that have either like metallic kind of um, like threading to them, where they have like a very eye-catching pattern, or they're just in a unique kind of color scheme, generally matching whatever tiefling skin color that they have. And if it's warmer weather, then they wear like sleeveless. If it's cold, long sleeves. Most of them don't have any kind of headwear.
So everyone looks fabulous.
Yes, everyone is very fashionable, at least. Um, they got like the floofy pants and either um, like soft shoes or uh, like warmer boots. Most everyone is wearing the softer shoes because this is kind of normal. I wouldn't say like year round kind of thing, but it is something at least. Like they're just kind of used to it, kind of acclimatized to it. Let's have a perception check from everybody.
Alrighty. What if my passive is higher than my regular perception?
What is your passive perception?
16.
Okay. What's everybody else's passive perception then?
My
Oh,
passive
never mind.
perception?
I'm good.
12.
My passive is a 13. Can I use that?
I'm gonna go about rolling my perception. Just
Can I use my passive?
Are
Man,
y'all's passive that good?
No, it's just I rolled a 6, and my passive's a 12. It's a double.
Ooh, an 8. Ooh.
Well, there's Finn with a nat 1.
What does a nat 1 do for him? He can't see.
Um,
This man trips and falls on his face. Can only see dirt.
yeah. You've teleported in. You're blinded by the cold because this is awful for you. Having been acclimatized to the terrible, awful heat of your homeland, you're brought to crazy cold, a slightly less cold to equally bad cold. This has been an awful experience for you so far. 1 out of 10 would not do again. So now you are concentrating on not being cold and getting up from having slipped and fall. For Mr. Finn.
What does everyone else see?
Borb and Star, as you are looking around from your recent teleportation to the muggy sky of Aclaria, you notice that the janitor, the guy that was just sweeping up stuff, while he has been like smiley and friendly to you, keeps giving Barbaros the side eye.
Side eye.
That's so loud.
My gosh. Not the side eye. The bombastic side eye.
Would you say he gets the cold shoulder?
I'm about to mute you.
Which one?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. Is this the first time he's threatened us with a mute? No. Will it be the last?
Definitely
No.
not. With Andy and Life in the same chat? No, I've threatened this at least once per session before.
So my computer just crashed itself. So.
Oh, fun times.
Crypt threatens me in real life.
Yes.
Loki,
true.
I just realized your name is Andy on here.
Yeah.
Because it's and what? I feel so dumb.
Sorry, what's the joke?
My name, when I type it out, I type the ampersand, the and a Y. It's 2 characters instead of 4.
It saves so much time.
It saves so much time.
Like, apparently
Yo,
confuses
I'm
so many people.
I'm so sorry. Really?
Frackstone was just censored.
He sure was.
What'd you have to say?
But apparently confuses so many people.
Yeah.
You said Frankstone?
Yeah.
No,
Frackstone.
Frackstone. And he got it right.
For once, I'm so proud of myself.
Slowly goes in and changes his nickname to Frankstone.
You can do that?
Yes.
Well, if you're gonna change it not to Frankstone, but Frank Stowe with a W instead of an F.
That was on you. You're like getting angry at us for mispronouncing it. You made it this way. Alright, we're not gonna get anything done in this session, guys. Let's go.
I'm ready. I'm like, my eyes are peeled.
You are in Aclaria now. It's cold as shit. You notice a tiefling janitor giving the stink eye to your equally tiefling friend.
Cool. So, are we within range of them?
Are you gonna do violent things to the first person you meet as you go to a new country?
No, not even that violent.
Can I roll insight on this guy?
Why not?
I typically choose violence.
Well, you could roll insight.
That is why Loki stabs you in the leg.
Yeah. I match what's going on.
Can I go up to him and try to speak to him?
Well, first, Borb, you are getting some slightly racist vibes from this guy.
Ooh.
Oh jeez.
We love racism.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
As you get close to him, Star, he stops what he's doing and kind of like puts his broom in front of him. Is like, "How may I help you, O Grand Knight?"
So you're side-eyeing my friend over there.
Which one?
Why? The tiefling.
Ah, yes,
What race is this guy?
Tiefling.
But is
So-
he a different color?
Yes.
He's
Ah.
a
So it's
Buddhist
just regular
colorism.
racism.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
Yep, that's kind of what I figured is because Barbaros is red and this dude's blue. I was like,
It's casual racism between the
Use of
tiefling
blood.
clans. What was the name of the bar that we were supposed to be going to?
Oh shit! I never gave you one, did I?
no.
Now I gotta
No, you
open
just
my
told him
notes
it was-
again.
You just told it was a
You just-
Caravanas?
Caravanserai.
Go to
Sarai.
random
Do we
bar.
know the name of our contact?
He
No,
is
just
a
the
librarian. They appear the
Librarians
same.
are kind of noticeable.
So wouldn't it be better if we went to a library?
Uh-huh.
No,
Uh-huh. I will mute
they
you
are
as
not
well.
actual librarians. They just call themselves librarians.
In Tiefling, it's pronounced some Persian way, but in Common it is the bouncy spoon. You're welcome.
The bouncy spoon.
The bouncing spoon?
The bouncy spoon.
The bouncy spoon.
Real fast
Uh-huh.
to Loki, I do in Thieves' Cant. I'm just like, hey, can you trip this dude on the way out?
Bet.
Actually,
Uh,
I do.
honestly,
I'm just
no.
gonna sneak into position so that way, like, not even like all of me, just like my foot. So it's like when
I'm
he
gonna
like
look-
finally turns away, like, oh, this interaction's done. He like immediately trips over like me, and it's like, whoa, dude, pay attention to where you're going.
No, that's not what I was gonna do. I have an idea for the end of this.
Oh, but you can't speak thieves, can't, so you don't know what we're up to.
Nope.
But I do see. Can I see Loki getting into a position of any sort?
no, your
Perception.
perception check was 14. Loki's passive stealth is 17.
Jesus Christ.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I have an
Super
idea
seven
for what to do to this guy
Spartans.
after. I'm gonna ask him, can he take us to the bouncing spoon?
He just kind of points and says, like, well, my job is here. I'm supposed to clean up the Grand Knight teleportation circle and keep it clear for whenever you esteemed members of the
Grand
nobility pop up.
You're
So,
We are the
you,
Grand Knights. The Grand Knight is asking you to take him to a bar.
thank you.
Can you
The
just show us the
bouncy
direction?
the bouncy spoon is, he points down towards the bottom, whatever I called it, the base kind of level, and he points at a decently large establishment. It is that one.
Cool. So I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna drag him around to the alley where nobody can see me.
Oh, are you gonna murder him?
No.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Why not? You're taking him to an alley.
Welcome back,
My-
Barbaros. You got hate crimes while you were
Welcome
gone.
back.
I got what?
Dude went some subtle
Racism.
racism on your character.
Not that subtle.
Nice.
It
Uh-huh.
wasn't that
Like-
subtle. Anyways, I'm gonna take him to
Very
a back
open about
alley,
it.
and then I'm gonna pommel strike him with like the back of my blade.
Wait,
Uh,
Telling
This
him
is
not to be
absolutely
late.
do that.
unnecessary.
Guys,
No,
No,
No.
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 He literally
Don't-
works for
no.
us.
You're right. Never mind.
Racism against the red tieflings is very common in this country. It's okay. Dealt with
No,
it
it's
before.
not.
It's a
But that doesn't mean we're not
It's
gonna.
not okay, but it is a big part. It is a big part of Barbaros's backstory. Like his motivation of becoming a Grand Knight is to like show that like he's equal and worthy and all that. So it makes sense.
and it's not like they can do anything about it because he's nobility now.
Right.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be a good idea to murder someone.
I said I was going to
Or
pummel
knock them
strike
out
him.
for simply cleaning up a spot and looking at people.
And glaring. A glare. It was a
I
glare.
mean, he
That
gave
is-
a dirty
Something that we
he
totally
gave a dirty
different.
look to Star's friend.
Yeah,
Star doesn't.
okay. I think it's gotta kind of be proportional, though.
That's
Like,
why
if you
I
did
said
that,
trip the dude.
yeah.
Fine,
This is
y'all do
something-
y'all's little thing. I'm not gonna do what I wanted to do.
This is
Sorry.
something that we have to deal with grace. We can't just kill him for looking at me.
Then let's not kill him. Let's just beat him up.
Oh,
He has a point.
No. No.
Are you guys sure your alignment's good? That is, like...
that's not a good aligned thing to do.
What are your guys' alignments? We
Okay,
gotta
can-
get this squared
Chaotic
away real
neutral.
fast.
Put that up to chaotic good for me,
Neutral.
please.
Chaotic good is the same for me.
Please explain how chaotic good it is to just pummel someone for being slightly racist and not saying anything about it.
Fine.
Oh,
I'm gonna look.
Lord.
I'm gonna look for Loki and I'm gonna ask, hey, can I borrow that book real quick, the potions book?
You can't find Loki.
I'm just gonna start calling for Loki. Loki. Loki.
Borb is the only one that actively knows where Loki is.
Loki is.
Also,
I'm
can
just
I
gonna
say
start-
that Finn is just like staring in a random direction since he cannot see anything?
You are, your eyes are like dazed because you like fell on your face, and you're preoccupied with being cold.
You're right. I'm gonna go help Finn because he's partially.
You guys need coats? I have extras. Like,
It's whatever. I'm wearing my armor plus my fabulous armor.
Finn is
I
also
think
in his
Finn might
armor.
need one.
yeah, but you know, iron isn't gonna help you with freezing.
I
Leather
think
will.
Finn might need one.
Yeah.
He needs a coat.
Finn agrees and
Right.
tries to get up,
I-
slipping on the
I have a
snow.
bunch of coats.
It's not
Twice.
necessarily like snow and ice. It's more of just like
Oh, okay.
the slick like marble.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Because I'm
It's
assuming you're
slick
probably
marble
wearing
and
like
cold
sandals or
biting
something.
rain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you're gonna
like-
need some boots, bud.
You ain't got no grip, and it's kind of windy.
Can I give everyone some of my clothes?
You'd unless you brought a shitload with you, you'd probably have to go to your house first.
I'm good.
You can do that.
I'll be okay.
Backstone's good.
I'm just gonna start walking toward the bar. The the bouncy
We can
spoon.
visit my sister, right?
Sure.
We can visit her right quick. Get us some clothes. Make us more prepared for our missions. Where does she live?
I'm gonna grab Star by the back of his collar just to keep him from walking off. Because he
Star
does
is
stupid.
like
Star does stupid things when he walks off on his own.
Star is akin to Zorro. I'm gonna walk off and I'm going to find something.
So,
Yeah, no. Just grabbing the back of his collar.
Can I? Do I need to be at a strength check against that? Am I resisting? I'm not
Are
gonna
you resisting?
to do
I'm
what?
not gonna-
Frackstone is trying to keep Star from walking off by grabbing the back of his collar.
why?
I'm gonna look
Because
down and
Star
like,
does stupid things when he walks off on his own.
Like chucking
This
poison.
is true.
it was 1, 2, 3 times.
Yeah. It's like, don't tell me it wasn't more than once.
4.
Put him in a barrel.
I'm gonna follow the group.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please hang out with us. That's the point.
Yeah.
We do not
Uh,
spend parties.
So you make your way to the fancy castle over here to get down to the base tier of the Iron Summit. Barbaros, you know that you live down here somewhere. You've got like some fancy big wig mansion that you were given by the local government where your sister lives, and any number of servants that you have working for you. You can, of course, go there. You can go to the tavern first if you want to go meet your contact, or if you want to get new clothes for the people that are more used to warmer climates, you can get them probably from your house or from the like some kind of like from one of the markets here, which are these like big open space guys.
Whatever you guys want to do, like if you want some of my clothes, I'll give it to you.
We don't necessarily need clothes. If we're going to
Sure.
a tavern, it's going to be assumingly warm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we're not gonna stay in the tavern.
Most
Fair
of the taverns are open air ones. Like they got like a opening in the ceiling to let out like the smoke. This is the equivalent of Persia, so there are hookah kind of things. But mainly to let in the air and to let out any bad air. So most everything doesn't have a like a warm kind of feel to it. Everybody here is acclimatized to it. Most tourists and visitors just buy colder clothes.
Like, you can buy it or you can have it for free. Meet my sister, who you've never met.
I'm good, but whatever. I think we need to get Finn and Borb into something warmer.
I'm fine. My feathers puff out a little bit and retain heat.
What about Loki?
I am covered in fur.
That makes sense.
His bun.
His
Fun.
literal rabbit.
So probably just Finn.
Dang.
Let me give you something. I got you.
Hmm?
Are you go?
Let me
Alright.
give you some clothes. I got you.
Are you gonna go to your house then?
Yes.
Okay. So you take a little bit of a detour.
So, are we splitting up?
Mhm.
No, we're all going at the same place.
Uh
Oh, okay.
Because we are buds.
Yeah, we're best
And we
buddies.
pretend like we like each other.
huh.
Pretend.
My entire
We're
life is
pretending-
just one big game of play pretend. Shakespeare said all the world's a stage, and I am performing.
Slay.
So you're pretending inside of a pretend game?
I've always pretended.
All Andy
I've
Are
does
never
is
you the
once been
great
pretend.
authentic.
pretender?
I am the pretender.
It's Baines John.
John.
Please call a bondulance.
Bonds not having a strong call of ambulance.
I wish I knew the reference.
That's it's a like a
Copy
Tumblr
pasta.
thing. Yeah.
It's a copy pasta?
Uh-huh.
Gosh.
You make your way to the large, like pseudo castle that is primarily just the very large set of stairs that lead up to each level. You go down to the base tier, and all of you see that uh, generally the bluer colored tieflings, while they don't do anything outright, they greet you as nobility. They say, hello, great, esteemed knight. Many of them bow. They do so reluctantly to Barbaros, except for the more red-colored tieflings, like pink, purple, that kind of stuff. They treat him as a member of nobility should.
Pink, purple, and red are homies.
Mm-hmm. It's mainly the different um, like parental castes of tiefling. They treat each other different based off of which primary demonic prince that the tieflings come from, or at least his group of things anyway. With the red tinted ones being treated less than the colder tinted ones. I don't know what talking means. Are you
This
saying
is
bad
about
words?
the whole single token for the Grand Knights. It's all of us together at once.
Ah, yes. All of you can
I cannot
control
spell.
the miscellaneous token.
Right.
Yeah.
All there.
This makes it
You
so
were
that
talking, right? You were
boys.
giving a description, so I was trying to communicate with it to him without interrupting you.
So you go down the long stairway that is wide enough for all of you to walk side by side, going down the downstairs. Um, there are elevators that are lifting carriages and carts up to the higher levels. There are like rich people ways of getting up between elevators and like magical methods. You also see that there are griffins and chimeras taking people places. You see that a lot of the military people wander around with these large creatures, just kind of walking next to them, or as mounts, the same way a knight would ride on a horse in town. As you get down to the bottom tier, you pass through a very ornate fountain um, that looks like it's being maintained by some kind of water-aligned spellcasters because the place is pristine. There's not even weird stuff floating on the top of it. You see like little fish swimming around inside of it and whatnot. Um, Barbaros, you know this place like the back of your hand. You've grown up here.
Yes.
You take the quickest and easiest path to your mansion, which just so happens to also be on what's called the King's Road, which is the major thoroughfare throughout the kingdom.
Right.
You bring yourself and the party to the like 5-floor mansion. Well, it's a mansion by Aclarian standards. By everybody else's, it's just kind of housey. It's got like open archways on each level to let the air in. You've got these like large bay window kind of things, flat on the top, all made out of the same white marble with like a domed top on it. Each level can go out to like the roof kind of deal. Um,
Mhm.
you can see that there are any number of there's actually a couple of different races that work as servants in your mansion. You've got like bushes and other miscellaneous.
Jesus.
Bruh.
What are you doing?
My bad, we were having a battle.
um, you see that there are any number of like floral kind of arrangement set up around your house. And as you get up to the main entrance of it, you hear these tiny feet pounding their way down the stairs. And you see flying down the stairs is a young tiefling girl with the same kind of horns and wavy black hair, wearing a pale dress, just comes blitzing it out of nowhere and throws herself straight at you. You
Oh,
hear
sister.
this gleeful scream of Barbie as she just slams into you.
That was like at the Barbie movie.
Nice. I don't remember her name. Oh my gosh.
You don't remember your own sister's name?
I had a concussion.
I've been hit on the head since then.
Only saying her name.
In
Hey.
Barbaros's defense,
Sister.
I don't remember the names of my 7 moms or one dad.
Yeah, but this is my only sister.
There are no multitudes.
Yeah. We're a very separated culture.
Do you want a B name as well?
Yes, please.
Barnaby.
Barnaby the sister, yes. That's
just like your name is Barbaros and her name is Barbara.
That's my aunt's
And
name.
you both call each other Barbie.
Oh my... Guys, why didn't I think of that? That's actually my aunt's name.
Jeez.
Alright, Barbie, I missed you.
You You want her name to be Barbara?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my IRL aunt's name.
So there you go.
You're mutually
Works.
Barbie.
You are the
Yeah,
Barb
we're both
clan.
Barbie. Yeah. I missed you, Barbie. How are you doing?
I am great. This place is massive. I have forgotten where I've left my shoes on multiple occasions, but I saw you coming down the road, and I forgot everything about what I was doing, and now I'm out here, and hi, all of Barbie's friends. All in like one breath.
Hello.
Hello.
Guys, this is my younger sister, Barbara. Call her Barbie. Super cool.
Cool.
But isn't your name
But
Bob?
how will you know which one we're talking to if you both call each other Barbie?
Then, well, you guys call me Barbaros or Barb.
This is
Like
true.
usual.
She like nods sagely as if this makes perfect sense.
Nice to meet you, Barbie. Finn's just looking at a wall.
I don't know where I am.
Still the
I'm gonna turn around and slap Finn.
You still alive?
Hey, what was that for?
It's like
He's over here.
just kind of like leans over. It's like,
Oh.
who is he talking to?
I don't know who he's talking. I don't.
I'm gonna whisper,
He's
he's
strange.
kind of crazy. I'm gonna have Moon take him. I'm just gonna have Moon lead him around.
Just like.
Seeing Eye Hydra.
That one's kind of strange. That one's kind of strange, Barbie. Don't worry about him.
Look at him. He's all like he's barely dressed. It's just
I
wow.
know. That's actually why we're here, because it is cold here, and they're from
Well, he
warmer
has his
places,
armor on.
and they don't know that it's cold. They didn't realize that it can be cold in some places.
Again,
You
I
are
don't need anything.
by
Might
Aclarian
have said I'm
standards.
from the
You,
desert.
by Aclarian standards, you are underdressed.
Very underdressed.
So
Yeah,
like
I'm
here.
still just gonna walk around my trousers, tunic, and my sash. So yeah, I don't care.
So like your sister has this giant like gets this grin on her face and helps Moon guide Finn into the house, and in the process, Finn, in this short couple of minutes, you now know most about Barbara's and Barbaros's life because she said it within like a minute. It's one of those
Was I
like
able to understand what she said?
do a perception check to see if you're
Should
paying
I
attention.
also?
Sure.
Should I also do one?
Yeah.
Alright.
In this case, it's for hearing instead of sight.
Rolls
Oh,
another nat one.
I'm going to roll a nat one. Pretty odd I am.
Oh, 21.
Perception. Let's see
Hey,
how bad.
it's a 3.
Hey, it's not a 1.
Yeah.
I rolled that.
It's not a
I know.
1.
You're able to like kind of follow along with everything that she says. You know that her and Barbaros weren't living the best life before, with the systemic racism of the cool-colored tieflings against the warm-colored tieflings. They didn't have a very good life, and that was why Barbaros wanted to be a Grand Knight and succeeded on the Aclarian test of courage, which was awful for his sister. As soon as she learned that he had to go sit outside for a night with a giant ass bonfire sitting in chaos, no man's land, and survive,
It's awesome for me.
she was terrified. Did not sleep that entire night.
Neither did Barbaros.
No.
It was amazing. Would do it again in a heartbeat.
But now she lives in a mansion. All of the servants are really nice. She has convinced several of the cooks of the establishment to feed her only strawberries and sometimes ice cream too. Otherwise, she'll eat when her tutor is around. Otherwise, strawberries. She is infatuated with strawberries.
Fair enough.
Those
Uh,
are good.
you are led into the like mansion proper, and as you step inside, based on everybody else's experiences with large scale homes, this is still kind of small. It is built to house like 10 or 12 individuals. The servants live away from the mansion. They walk here in the mornings. There's a table set for like 8 people. The kitchen is on the same floor as the dining room, which is where you're standing. There's a set of stairs that lead up to all the different rooms up above. And then to the very far right of the set of stairs is like a study kind of thing where one can go to learn things because all of the shelves inside of it are filled with books, which is where she goes to be tutored, where you can actually see a very exasperated tutor in there looking like he's been either trying to grade her stuff or convince her to, do learny things.
Can Finn actually take all this stuff in, or can he still just like not perceive this?
No, you can see it. You're out of the surprise lighting of outside.
All right.
It's all like
Yeah.
earth tones, very subtle and very mild on the interior of the building.
Oh, Barbie, how's your studies been going?
She
Been
just
keeping
gives
up?
you like her eye kind of twitches and she's like, "Great, let's get food."
Studies suck, don't they?
You were very quick to change the subject.
It's like, what? I love learning. She says loudly, like kind of like looking around the corner at her tutor, and you can hear this like.
You said it kind of weird there.
Don't worry about it. She brings you to like the table, and she's like guiding you there as if you're like actually blind. And now that you can see things, you're not like stubbing your toe like against things or anything. She's like, the chair's right here. If you just sit down, Barbie can go and grab you stuff from upstairs, and I can show you where I stash my strawberries.
All right, sounds nice.
You do that. I'm gonna go grab him some clothes. I'm gonna go grab him a sport outfit for me from my closet. Need to make a roll for that or anything?
No, you know where everything is. You can choose what you bring. She does enlist the help of Moon. She's like, you've got multiple heads. Can you promise to not eat anything? And Moon just kind of gives her a look. He's like, you're giving me strawberries. I can make no promise. She's like, what if I hand you each a bowl? He's like, yeah, I guess.
Wait, what's happening with Moon?
She has convinced Moon to help her with her strawberry stash.
Okay. I whisper to Moon. Or I don't even whisper, I just say in my head, Moon, don't do anything that we will regret later.
Is one like main head with like the glasses turns and looks at you. It's just like, when have you known me to do dumb things?
Again, this is all in my head. Moon, you're my companion. We both do dumb things.
You do
It's
dumb
okay.
things. I try to tell you to not do those dumb things by telling you that I could do those dumb things for you and nothing bad happens.
Fair enough.
Ooh, shots fired.
Soundboard, I swear to Christ.
Pretty much after, by the time Barbarous, you come back downstairs with whatever group of clothing that you grab, there are there's a bowl of strawberries for everybody. All of them are like heaping, and they're like cold and fresh because you have like a equivalent of like a low budget refrigerator where it just has like this thing of ice on the bottom, and the ice just kind of goes up and cools everything inside of the little enclosed space.
Right. Barbie, did you get me any strawberries?
Of course, you have a bowl. She points at the slightly larger bowl than everybody else's bowl.
Nice.
The largest bowl, of course, is for her.
Of course.
During this entire tour, me and Loki are having a whole conversation in Thieves' Camp.
Yeah.
It's funny.
That's why in the general we said thieves can't.
But thieves can't what?
What if I told
Thieves
you
can't intensifies.
What if I said thieves can? Just don't steal.
Too late. But anyways.
Anyways, I'm
I'm
now
gonna go
caught
to the
up on
restroom. I will return.
The Adventures of Borb.
Yeah. Great stuff, man.
It is good stuff, actually.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I hope you like my home.
Wonderful.
Is everyone
Looks
warm and
amazing.
dressed now? Thank you. Is everyone properly dressed and warm and not dying now?
Hmm.
I think so.
Yep, thank you for the clothes.
You're
Yeah, I
welcome.
think we're good.
Borb is just extra ploofy with his feathers, just trying to stay warm. So he looks very fluffy.
Looks like a little walking ball.
I like when birds do that.
Yeah.
The floof is strong.
He floofs up every time he gets cold. He just kind of like wobbles a little bit, like shivers, and his feathers just kind of ruffle.
Let there be a disadvantage in combat.
I don't know, because I don't know if that would really impede their ability to move.
No, it typically doesn't. It means that, like, typically they nest when they do this. So Borb is just kind of like hunched over a little bit and just looking extra floofy.
As you eat
Just
strawberries.
trying to keep as much heat towards himself as possible.
Oh,
And Slinky is just kind of like hidden within his feathers.
I totally forgot that you were cursed to eat a whole bunch of fruit last session.
We don't need to talk about that.
Sure we do.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, you've been eating it this entire time. You
Oh,
got
No,
like
you said
a...
I only had an amount of apples equal to my proficiency bonus, and you said I already ate those.
You had a good handful of them, yeah. And then you got home, and you found more fruit there. So you grabbed those. Then you ate those. And now you've passed through a trading hub at least once. And being a rogue, you did perform, much to your, probably to your own chagrin, the theft of fruits.
I mean,
So
it's
it's
not
just
that
this-
I
Being
don't.
cast. Oh wait,
Oh,
I don't
gosh.
have that. Oof. I didn't think I would need that. Well,
Does
But everywhere I stole an apple, I just left some of the IOU money.
that's that's a lot of money for like a handful of fruit.
Literally,
I don't know how
100
it
you
gold.
can dispel magic on them if you would like.
I mean, I
be
have Dispel
helpful.
Magic, so I'll just do that on myself.
Do you
If I
have
can.
like a dispel curse?
No,
Oh.
I have Dispel
Someone
Magic,
has
though.
that.
Does someone have lesser restoration?
Lesser
No.
resolution. Let me check my cleric
Good
spells.
berry.
I thought someone had to spell curse.
Yeah, the warlock
yeah.
does.
So I thought about getting it.
I thought Star had it.
Star.
Star doesn't want to play with us anymore.
Good
He's not even
berry.
muted.
Are you good,
That's
man?
good berry.
Because Star made such a big deal about dispelling the curse on the cloak for Sev.
Yeah, you can use remove curse to get
Star
rid of
died.
the I like to eat fruit curse.
but that's only if Star
Move it.
decides he wants to exist for real
Uh-huh.
this time.
Maybe he muted himself again.
Hmm.
It happened
Joke.
once before, so
Do you think
GG.
if we just say Star over and over again, something will happen?
You think we just like invoke him like a cryptid?
Yeah, I mean, last time when we were without you for a little bit because of technical issues, this is like episode 3 of technical issues, so throw
Can I
back to
just
our
make
viewers.
a wisdom save to see if I can stop the curse?
It's been a day. I'll allow you to do so.
Woo!
You are presented with freely given strawberries. And something in your mind snaps, and you don't eat the last apple that you stole. But you do notice that the palm, or whatever amalgamation of appendage a Kenku has, is in the same color scheme as the fruits that you grabbed from that one tree.
Oh, so they're purple.
They're like purple and green.
Oh. I don't like that. I just kind of
You ate-
look at my arm and I'm like, it's fine.
You ate
Are you getting a new plumage?
Pardon?
You ate
Are you
fake
getting a new
fruit.
plumage?
No.
Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna. That reminds me. I should probably cast large on a fruit so that we have food.
This is literally like hundreds of strawberries.
Oh, she really
Then
likes
Finn
that.
also has a good berry.
She like for emphasis, when you could see inside of like the refrigerator kind of thing, there is more strawberries in it. You're pretty sure that she has removed anything else of any kind of food value and has replaced it with strawberries.
Wait, why did
That
how?
ain't healthy.
Where did she get all these strawberries?
So she just kind of looks at you and is like, "We're rich now.
I love her.
Like the government pays us." And I've been using all of that money. Well, not all of it. We have an accountant, and she says I get a gold a day. So I've been using that gold to buy strawberries. They're a little expensive now because they're out of season, but strawberries.
I'm gonna eat a
Only
couple and go,
strawberries?
the height of luxury.
Yeah,
Like,
they're really good strawberries.
Oh,
She's like, I
jeez.
get the good shit.
Capitalism.
why don't you just plant them?
Nothing grows here.
Yeah.
There's like rugged grass and like trees. And unless you can
Because-
find a strawberry that grows on a tree,
You can have
can
a
import
potted
dirt.
strawberry.
eh.
Yeah, import it.
Or you could have a greenhouse.
We're rich enough for greenhouses.
She just kind of looks at Borb and is just like, what point would I have in having a house that's green?
Good point.
Good thought, Barbie.
Does the color of a house matter?
She just like has this like look on her face like she is spouting like ancient wisdom. It's like, I already have a house. It's not green, and it's perfectly fine. I don't know why I needed a house painted green.
You plant stuff in it and it grow.
That's not how houses work. They have roofs.
Barbie, I'm gonna blow up. It's going to explode.
Can I roll deception and tell her, if your house is green, things grow more?
Don't.
That's a bit mean. Why would you gaslight
Don't lie to
gatekeep
my
girl boss Barbie?
I hate that you call it that.
Is that really true?
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna tell her the truth about that. How do I roll?
Crypt doesn't want to talk to us anymore.
roll for
Do
deception?
persuasion.
Oh.
Had to blow my nose.
Persuasion. Doesn't roll. 13.
The nat 20.
Oh, it's equal. She's not sure which one to believe.
Tiebreaker, she actually knows Barb.
He does know me.
Yeah, she would
But
trust
I have
the
a
things.
higher modifier.
Yeah, but she knows Barbaros more.
Fair.
Right. It's at least a +1.
And in fact, if since he's speaking the truth, that should be at an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But we can keep it the way it is for now, unless you want to try and roll and see if it does it rolls anything better.
Does anyone else want to be the tiebreaker?
Okay, yeah, Gersemi would have to butt in on this one. You realize this, right?
Yeah, she as a intellectual. She as soon as Barbaros, as soon as you explain that a greenhouse is like clear-ish, so that plants can grow with like humidity and like maintaining temperature and whatnot.
Okay.
Like Gersemi would come down and be like, "It's true. Like that's how plants do things. If you want them to grow outside of season, you just have them inside of a greenhouse that keeps them warm, so that they could do growy things."
Exactly.
And she's like, "Why didn't you just say that?"
Because you can still paint it green and have it help grow.
Then it would be a greenhouse.
Oh, there's
And
just
what's
so
the
many
problem with that?
The paint would interfere with the clear glass that would let in sunlight.
I'm not saying paint the glass green, I'm not saying paint the glass green, I'm saying paint everything else green.
The framework.
Right. Yeah, you can
So-
paint the frame green.
all of this effort that you spend to explaining to her what a greenhouse is, she just kind of like waves it all away and says like, "Why would I grow things when I can have very nice people deliver armloads of strawberries for me every week?"
That's a great
Forget
point,
about work.
Barbie.
I'm rich.
It's like
Oh my God,
there
I
are
love
people
this.
that already do that. I'm already struggling to learn things. Why would I struggle
Right.
to learn things and do planting things when I could just get strawberries and struggle to learn?
That's a very fair point.
I love her.
That is a good point. Focus on learning right now. Gersemi nodding her head.
He's like,
nodding her head
yes.
along with that.
I love the
Learning
fact
Steals the
that
strawberry.
after
important.
all of this, she's like, why would I put in effort? I'm rich.
Yeah. It's like we lived in the slums and poverty for majority of her life, and now she doesn't have to work to do anything, gets to sleep in most of the day, much to her tutor's regret, learns things, and then eats handfuls of strawberries to her satisfaction. And if she wants something different, she has a cook that she can ask to make something else.
Right.
8 out of strawberries?
Probably. You can get like strawberries and cream kind of thing going.
Cheesecake would be a popular thing right here because of goats not needing too terribly much greenery. You can feed them mostly anything, and so goat's milk was very popular in Persian culture.
Have we ever had cheese?
The
Have
more
we
you
ever
know.
had it?
She probably has. It's probably like within like you were gone for 2 years straight. You didn't get to visit her until like the very end of it for a week. During that time, she was already like moved into the mansion, already got given a tutor, already got told that hey, we're going to give you money because not only are you underage, but you are the sibling to the current knight. So here's like your
Also
stipend.
dependent.
And a dependent, yeah. So she went through this arduous stage of how much food can I taste before I get fat. And her issue is that she has a very fast metabolism, so she can't get fat.
Also, she's a skinny legend.
Yes.
Got it.
She is a tiny child that stuffs her face with sweet, sweet strawberries and doesn't gain an ounce.
Right.
So she, again, skinny legend
Uh-huh.
is what we would say.
No, the inside of her mouth is a pocket dimension. It's fine.
It's
would
the
like
goat
to
all
know
over
compare
again.
her to Ralph, but not in a mean way.
She's already
Oh.
like cleared her bowl.
Star is going to
Maxwell
like.
just pushes his bowl over towards her.
I was like, no, that's your bowl.
Don't eat fruit.
Eat it.
Finn
You're the woman.
eats his strawberries
No.
and shares it with
She's
Basil
gonna roll
because
intimidation.
I definitely didn't forget Basil.
No, hold
or
up.
Finn.
Who's saying no?
Please do.
Frank
Fraxstone.
Stowe.
Who's saying no?
Fraxstone.
Frackstone. Okay.
Frank Stowe.
I need you to do a charisma save, sir. Mr. Frank Stowe.
I'm just gonna. Do I have something? That
Oh,
I
okay.
Yeah, I do.
She got a 19.
Can I do? Never mind.
Um,
Actually, yeah. Can I do just frostbite on Frankstone?
He is resistant to cold because of where he comes from.
God damn it.
hmm So yeah, she tried to intimidate you into eating more strawberries. So like you have this like staring contest for a second until Gersemi comes down and slowly within your line of sight grabs the bowl that you're offering to her and takes it up to her perch. Like if you don't want to eat these, I'll eat it.
Honestly, Star and
On top of my head.
Yes. Like lays
Star
the
isn't
bowl on it.
eating- Star isn't eating the majority of his, and he's like waiting until Barb, not Barb, Barb. What the hell is it? Her
Barbara.
name? He's waiting until Barbara looks away, and he's feeding them to Moons.
No,
Moons.
he also has a bowl and he is more than happy to take them from you. She's not gonna worry about like you feeding it to your animal because he was already very helpful. She was just she wanted Frank Frackstone to eat his because it was a gift from her to you.
Yeah, guys, don't be rude.
Which he appreciates, he just doesn't want them.
Oh,
And now
Oh,
can
Gersemi
I
says,
try to intimidate him?
"No."
Barbie, how old are you? I don't
She's
remember.
she's like starts counting on all of her fingers, and she gets to like 20 something, and then she's I don't know, like maybe 12, 13. Looks at her
How
hands
young
again.
is he?
It's like somewhere in there.
I hope you remember how old you are because I've had a concussion.
She's like,
So-
she just kind of like looks down the hallway. Is like, Tutor, how old am I? And you hear this like, how the fuck should I know?
I'm gonna look over to our I'm gonna look over to the Pink Knight and make a suggestion.
Hmm.
We bring her to the pocket dimension.
No,
No,
she's
she
happy
lives
here.
If she happy
Wait, why
here.
would you
Yeah.
ask me?
This is
Wait,
What's
What?
his
my
sister?
sister to live in her
Barbaros
house.
is the Black Knight.
oh, Barbara.
It's
Okay,
my
I'm asking.
house.
My bad.
It's Barb, not Borb.
I'm asking the Black Knight this strictly because it's like it doesn't seem like she's getting a very balanced meal here.
As
I feel like this
the
can be considered as abuse by the state. But that's just me.
she's the
She's
one
rich,
buying
she
the
just-
food.
He likes strawberries. He has a nutritionist.
Uh-huh.
She has a nutritionist.
She has a cook that gives her the balanced meals. It just so happens that she unbalances them by chugging ungodly amounts of strawberries.
She's not being abused. She's just rich.
Yes. A child who grew up
Oh,
in poverty, who doesn't know what
She's-
else to spend her money on because she's too young to go and spend it on frivolous things, has decided that the one frivolous thing that she wants to do is have a shitload of strawberries.
Which is actually fair. Strawberries are superior.
They are delicious.
Absolutely.
Nah, I'm more grape fan.
I like apples.
And we figured this out.
Then why did you add your elf just now?
Yes.
Fair?
I genuinely don't have. I saw like I accidentally pressed something and I had myself.
Okay,
Good job.
don't worry about it.
The self call out post. I've got nothing to say.
Can we continue about our goal at this point, or are we still stuck at the house?
Finn has clothing now. You can spend a couple more minutes talking to the kid. Otherwise, you have a job to go do.
I'm just gonna
We
go
have a
look for
job
the
to go do.
strawberries. Let's go.
We will see you later, Barbie.
Bye. Enjoy your adventuring and stuff.
Thanks for the hospitality.
Thank you.
Bye,
Later.
Mr. Blind Man.
I'm just gonna walk out.
Bye, Mr.
Goodbye,
Bland.
Barb.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, who's the blind guy?
Finn. She just assumes it's you. She had to. She's like. She had to lead you in, so she just assumes that you need help going everywhere, but she's not going to judge because she's a
She
nice girl.
didn't need to lead him in. I had Moon helping.
No, but she helped Moon.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Mhm.
So,
Okay, time to go to the.
You gallivant your way down the main road to the Bouncy Spoon Tavern, or Caravanserai.
I'm just calling it a tavern. I don't care.
it's a bar. Who cares?
It's not really like your typical kind of bar. As you get to it, you do see that there is a bunch of like fake trees around it. Well, not necessarily fake, but they are ones that have been transplanted from somewhere else. You've got like the stone walkway leading up to it. It's all like fairly open air. There's like the large kind of courtyard in the middle that has just a bunch of fountains going down it. The walls have archways through them. There's no like doors until you get to like the rooms that are on the interior of the building. It feels more of like a restaurant or like meeting place than it does a bar, because there's no like bar and bar stools. There's just rooms that you can essentially rent out for a little bit to have conversations with people.
I'm gonna ask whoever is considered the bartender, or whoever our server is, can I get your finest green?
That would be this person straight down the middle that's behind the table with the book behind it.
What is a
Can I
green?
Can I get your finest green?
The tiefling is like wearing like gold and white kind of patterned jacket. Just kind of looks at you and he's like, "Green what?"
Oh, you don't have any of that kind of stuff? Okay, in that case, I'll just take your finest ale.
We've got like tea.
What is green?
Listen, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Thank
Marijuana?
Is it
you.
a drug
I'm
thing?
glad somebody gets this.
Listen,
Those who
I'm
get it, get it.
I'm
I
glad
know
some
what
of
you're
y'all
saying.
understand me.
We're looking to meet someone here.
Is this a drug joke?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh.
maybe next week.
The tiefling behind the table just kind of smiles and says, "Can I get a name, please?"
We're the
Grand Knights.
I mean, I'm still wearing my armor, and I'm like, could you not tell by the armor?
She just kind of looks at everyone and is like, "I get a lot of unique people coming to visit. You are not the strangest nor the most unique that I've seen in my profession, sir."
We're looking for a librarian.
I don't
Do
know
you
if that's
recognize
supposed to
me?
be like. I feel like that was kind of insulting.
I think we're
She
not
gave
supposed to
it. She
talk
gave it
about
with a
library.
deadpan.
I mean, she just doesn't recognize you. But does she recognize me?
She does.
Nice.
She is a like more blue-skinned tiefling, but she does give you the difference that you deserve. She just kind of like bows gently and says, "Welcome, Grand Knight. Your Oh, I never actually put him in the room. Hold on.
This man is not real.
No, he does what he wants, which is apparently not being there. There we go.
Exist, wouldn't want to.
Your party is waiting for you. The last doorway on the left, you will see one of our business servants standing by the doorway waiting for you. So down this way.
Oh, down here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Can I have your finest glass of milk?
Sure. Do you want like the imported stuff or the local stuff?
Whichever you think is best.
She just
Local.
kind of has like a glitter to her eyes, and she says, "I'll have it sent to your room."
All right, thank you.
The door is locked.
We have some root
That's the
beers.
last one down here.
Oh, away from it? On the other side?
Down, straight down.
They got any milk there.
Yeah, there we go. We're finners.
Do they have any
So you can
soft
see things.
serve?
Yes.
Nice. I'll have that. Put it into the room, please.
Sure. She writes it down in her large book about what everybody has ordered. You can get normal food as well. Well, Persian food. They have the tourist food too, but it's about twice the price.
The Persian meal.
Probably
Like a
some
happy-
sort of fish.
Well, like they'll have like fish. They'll have some prepared.
Dates,
Yeah.
Lamb.
lamb, couscous.
What's that?
Who's there?
Steamed rice.
I like
Curry. Fancy
No.
stews. Well, the Persia is also Iran.
Yeah, true.
And the Persian Empire was technically into parts of India.
And Russia, apparently.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Uh-huh. Which is where all the step stuff
the
is.
The Persian Empire was very vast.
Broad bean rice with lamb shanks. Fancy, like, dressed chicken and cheese and rice. Like, essentially what is a pot pie, but more of like a cake kind of deal. But it's made out of rice with, like, the meat and stew stuff on the inside. It actually looks really good.
Nice.
Salad
One of those.
stuff. Lots of
One of
things.
those.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, there's like the tourist stuff, which is burgers, like an entire like chicken to some degree.
Right.
As you step inside of the room, you see that it is open through the ceiling. It's letting in a little bit of draft, but it like keeps the room cool while your body's also heated up. So it's like this kind of awkward kind of air conditioning kind of deal. Sitting at the far end of the table is another one of those dark gray robed figures. You can tell by the fingerless or the fingers coming through the fingerless gloves that this is a tiefling. But strangely enough, they are green skinned instead of blue, purple, or red.
Is this like a village of tieflings?
Aclaria
It's a
is
nation.
tieflings.
It is a nation
Your
of
nation is orcs. Orcs, goblins, half orcs, bugbears. Everything orc
Yeah,
related.
Are bugbears that close to my generational line?
I mean, in your nation, they're there. You also have like hobgoblins and stuff.
Damn, I could have been a bugbear.
Yeah. The previous Blue Knight was a bugbear. He only lasted for an episode, and it was kind of sad. And that was the episode I didn't get to talk in.
No, you got to talk in. They just the audience just didn't hear you.
Wait, what was the first Blue Knight?
His name was Cassius, and he was a Tempest cleric that hucked a very large anchor at people.
And he was a half orc.
No, he was full
like-
orc.
He was a full orc.
Mhm.
I thought he was half.
Nope, he was full.
Oh.
Full-blooded
Sorry, I
orc.
didn't mean to get us off on a tangent. I know that we have like limited time for sessions.
Now you can join the group, Mr. Star.
Oh, sorry. No, Borb.
Oh no, Borb.
We'll see you next
We
week.
got like 15-ish minutes left.
Next
so.
week.
Yeah, I
Um,
was like,
Sorry, guys. Oh, what did I miss, by the way?
Everything.
we were just talking about orc things and why this is a nation of tieflings.
Oh no, I mean like before I got here.
Uh,
Like, I walked in the middle of
nonsense.
it.
we
Yeah.
introed our new character.
Also, we got 2 items. I got the sash of sorceress.
That is-
Something in.
Oh, can I have? That reminds
Sorcerer's
me. Can I have
Synergy.
Victory cast ritual identify on my sword that I got in the first nation we visited?
I thought I told you what it did.
Yeah,
don't
quick question.
remember.
Or not just question. I think I have it. I don't remember if I have it on this character. Damn it. Never mind. I thought I had Zone of Truth.
Why would you need a zone of truth?
'Cause
Yeah.
why not?
Why would you need a zone of truth?
Just to
Right
make
now.
sure that these people aren't gonna lie bold-faced to us. We don't know them. Granted, they are
These
contact.
people are the people that are in charge of making sure our families aren't assassinated while we're off being Grand Knights. They're also like information brokers and have traditionally worked very close with the Grand Knights in order to keep peace across the land. So
Don't insult them.
they are the reason your family is not dead, provided you have any. Also, your friends.
My family is dead. The
Well,
vast
you did
majority.
that
I
yourself.
have neither friends or family.
Well, you did that yourself.
That was either before you were Grand Knight or you did that. So
Yeah.
So I put what the
How'd you guess?
blade of that great sword inside of the cool stuff we done did got channel and the on the server. It's called the Frostburn sword or blade.
yes. I will read all that later.
So as you sit down, the cloaked man sitting, or the cloaked being across from you, you can see like horns kind of poking up past the hood. As they look up, you see that they are in fact masked. The bottom half of their face is occluded from you. They wait until the servant at the other side of the door closes the door that you use to come in before they start speaking, and they say like, "Welcome to Aclaria, Grand Knights. I hope that your stay has been okay thus far, because you're getting into the thick of it now."
Yeah, we've done so little in this session.
Yeah, it's a lot of roleplay. That's a lot.
Yeah, true.
She,
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
the librarian in front of you, takes out a stack of papers and just kind of throws them across the table at you, which conveniently a page lands in front of each of you. Each one is a detailed report on a person or group of persons that have gone missing within the last 2 or 3 weeks. The librarian lets you read it really quick before they start speaking, and says, all of those people went missing kind of the same way, and then would reappear again, changing their habits, changing their mentality before starting to talk to someone that's not there, and which was probably not covered by the old man in your fancy castle. They would either kill someone or kill themselves. Sometimes both.
That was not mentioned.
That
About
is
how many
insane.
have killed themselves?
All of them.
Do you know of any? Do you know about any of their bodies being nearby?
They are all being held inside of the Temple of the 13 on the next tier up in the Goddess of Death's section of the temple.
Quick question: does Animate the Dead allow me to speak with them?
No, because you will animate them as like a zombie, essentially. You need to have speak with the dead to really do much.
Damn, I have told the dead and animated the dead, but not to speak with the dead.
I think Borb has that.
Damn it.
Yes, Borb does.
Good to know.
So
Use
you
that
don't need to
knowledge.
get it because it's already gone.
Right. You know where they were at the time of disappearance, or last place seen at the time of disappearance?
They would generally be out doing some kind of normal day activity. Then someone would see some cloaked figures nearby. After like looking away for a brief second, the cloaked figures and the person would disappear for several hours before the person would come back different.
Has
Have a
anyone
usual
looked into
time.
the soldiers who manned the wall just before these disappearances started?
Ironically enough, over half of those who disappeared have been people that have manned the bulwark.
You have a time of day at the time of disappearance for just average time of like the usual time of day that these suspects disappeared.
Usually midday, some busy time in the market when people are too busy trying to sell things than they are keeping an eye out on things. With the stalls being as small as they are, you can generally catch thieves and pickpockets trying to rummage around in the crowd and near booths. So mainly they're paying attention to people trying to nick things, and less about some random person that has disappeared and then mysteriously come back. Now people are paying attention to it now, of course, but before it was just person disappears, comes back. Yay.
Now we should probably issue a sanctioned lockdown.
We'll have to bring that up
Citywide
to.
sanctioned lockdown.
We'll have to bring that up to like the royal representative here in the summit to see if we can close
How
down.
long do you think that'll take?
Depends on how busy he is.
Fraxton looks down at Loki. Loki, you think you can find any of the pickpockets? See if they saw anything?
Could. Kind of rough. Not the crowd that likes to talk that much about what they're doing.
We're not asking what they're doing. We're asking what other people are doing around them.
Yeah, but they don't want to admit to shit.
But you're Robin Hood. You're Bunny
Yeah.
Hood.
Yeah, but
You're the thief turned knight.
Yeah, but pickpockets are just a kind of way. I'll see what I can
Pickpocketing
say
is a
to
way of
them, but
life.
I ain't guaranteeing nothing.
I'm not asking for a guarantee. I'm just saying. I'm just looking for another avenue for information.
I'm just letting you know that it's not the most reliable avenue.
Depends on the network.
Setting up bait might be a good idea, but I don't want to take that risk.
You already did it once. Well, Frank.
Well, the whole thing is
Frax
we
tried
also
to.
don't necessarily have the sort of bait they grab either, because from the sound of it, other than half of them being people from the bulwark, but they're just random people.
Majority,
No
like
real profile.
half of again with half of them being from the wall, the other half have been young adults of some kind, either male or female, in decent, healthy shape, and strangely enough, of rather sound mind before the incident, at least.
I'd say we could use Barbaros, but he's a lot more famous in this area. He'd stick out too much, draw too much attention.
Yeah.
Has it been like mixed race victims, or have they been leaning a particular way?
All tiefling.
All tiefling.
Any particular color?
No, all of them being of mixed species or coloring.
So random. If it was racism.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's not even racism.
No, he muted himself. That was a powerful
Oh, sorry, what?
Bad.
Oh,
I spaced. What happened?
The Barbaro said and then muted himself. I was making a
Oh,
joke.
okay,
bad.
Barbarous.
Um. I don't know what to do in this situation other than sanction a lockdown so that no one else gets abducted.
But the problem is, we need at least one person that we can follow to get abducted.
What if we cast disguise self
On whom?
on? I'll be the bait this time if you want me to.
I think
Believe
that's
I have
fair.
that.
We could disguise Vabaros, and I could just creep in the corner of the room like I did last time.
Right.
Well, the whole thing is that they're getting picked off in the marketplace. So we could all be around. It's just one of those things where we'd have to make sure that we weren't obvious about paying close attention to it.
Yeah, but
Maybe we
myself,
should just fake out.
myself
Sorry.
were donk. So, and here's the thing, I could just leave Starsinger with you guys, and Starsinger can relay where we're going if I'm telling him where we're going.
Right. And if I can disguise self and cast reduce on you, and you hide in like my coat. You'd be that small,
Yeah,
and then that'd be foolproof, I think. Or
well, I still need to be able
he
to
has a
figure out where we're going, and if I'm on you and they hit you with like a particular spell or something, it might hit me too, which would defeat the purpose.
Oh yeah.
So I just need to kind of stay near your footsies,
Right.
so I can grab you if I need to, but I'm also like not very obviously there.
Right.
I can be the captured person. I can act quite stupid.
Well, no, but
you hear
they're
Moon
grabbing-
go like act?
Whoa,
Moon, shut up.
They're grabbing tieflings, not orcs.
that's true. It just might be that there's more abundance in tieflings, but
I mean, I feel like if they try to take an orc, it would benefit them in some form or function. That's just me.
It might not benefit them at all, considering what they're driving them insane.
I don't mind being driven insane.
Far insane.
I mean, I'm already halfway there.
they
Halfway?
have been going for people with a sound mind.
Look,
Right.
my mind is very much sound in some function.
Is the sound like a slide whistle?
Shut up, Loki. I'm gonna finally. I'm gonna say I volunteer as tribute. Dang, I'd be perfect on that one. Okay, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at Loki and I'm gonna be like, Loki, if I die going insane, I'm giving the rights of Sev over to you. I have that. I'm gonna put that in writing somewhere.
Pen and some paper to put that in writing real fast.
So, Moon puts all 8 of his heads on your leg as you're sitting down and gives you like the strangest puppy dog eyes that you've ever seen. And says, "Let's not go into this intending to die. Let the red person do it."
Let the red person do it. Oh,
Wait.
Is he
hold
saying
on.
this in his?
Victory
Are
has
we
to
saying this
say
in our
about
mind
that.
link, or is he saying this out loud?
He said it out loud. He doesn't know what a tiefling is.
What does Victory have to say about this?
Victory is currently trying to pick at the food that was delivered for you, and then like as she's like put on the spot, she's just like, I mean, whatever helps people. I'm very distracted. I don't know what the conversation is. She's like, I saw chicken in front of me, and I just tunnel vision. You see her eyes just get really big.
I want to explain the situation to her or just be a victim?
You want to be captured like Frackstone was?
I mean,
It's not bad.
not
It's
bad,
not
but
bad.
Why don't we just
think
have
he could
Frackstone get
fly.
captured this time? He's
Because
already
So-
had
Frackstone's already been
experience.
captured and he's not a tiefling.
So she's like holding like a thing of chicken in her very cat-like paws, and just kind of like scoot turns and looks at it and says like, "Well, you got to keep in mind that this is chaos stuff, not weird undead stuff.
Hmm.
There's a chance that even as a Grand Knight, even with the indoctrination kind of stuff that, or not indoctrination, the inoculation that you've had in terms of interactions with chaos, doing the whole longest night kind of deal. No one's immune to chaos. Just being near one can give you enough of a nudge towards it that you start hearing its voice. So she just kind of like slowly like scoot turns again. You hear like the like the little scooching noises of her little paws squeaking against the polished surface of the table. She turns and looks at the robed figure while like a mouthful of chicken. Says, "Is there like a way to protect the horned idiot behind me?"
Would that? Well, this looks kind of crazy. Like, if they were to go crazy, look, don't do it. If we were to, if somebody were to go, the crazy thing, going into the forest, would that work on our companions?
What?
Will the enchantment? Will they start to hear the voices? Will they go? They start to hear anything?
They share your soul. You are the same soul now. So if you start hearing chaos things, your companion will as well.
Okay.
So it's
I'd
like
like to point
a
out that the dragon's
I mean, I
fire is
could
also
leave-
sort of chaos based.
you that is pure magic, not chaos based. There's a difference between the big C and the tiny C.
Granted,
That's a bit loud.
that is very loud. Stop doing the soundboard, please.
Okay.
That was Finn that time, I thought.
Did at 1%.
And so what I was,
Well,
so my
take it
my
down
plan,
0.5%.
so my plan was if we were using our tiefling buddy here, we have his companion stay behind with us, and the moment the companion starts going insane, that's when we know that we need to go and help him.
That is
But we don't
a
let it
terrible
happen.
metric.
Or
We
Yeah.
we
don't
all
let it
go in
happen.
at the exact same time.
We just let him get grabbed, but we follow as closely behind. And when they get to where they're going to start doing stuff, then we hit.
Right. I can either hit very hard or teleport out, depending on what I want to do. It's just a matter of what you guys want to do.
Also, I have Dimension Door now.
That's a flex.
That's a very powerful spell.
I have blink and Misty Step.
Oh.
Jeez.
My.
Excuse me.
Is there any sort of like thing to like protect against badness?
The librarian just kind of like scratches their chin and is like, "Well, there are two ways of defending yourself against chaos. It's
Okay.
either having some kind of relic of order on your person, which is rare in these times. Most of them have been put inside of the bulwark just to dampen the words of chaos that kind of go across it, just being anywhere near the wastes, or you go up to the Temple of the 13 and get one of them to bless you enough that the impact of those whispers is less so.
So the thing is, I wasn't thinking about it. I could have gotten protection from good and evil.
That will not help you in this instance.
Oh shit. It's that
It'll
powerful.
it'll help you against like them trying to hurt you, but it will not protect you against chaos. Only the gods can, or relics of order, which are just things that are an antithesis to the writhing chaos that is the Beastmen.
Would an elemental work?
No.
No.
Damn.
I mean, you could use it to beat them up. Not very good at being captured, though.
All right. Well, I don't know.
What if we trick one of them? What if we trick some of them into thinking that they're capturing me, and then beat them up and then interrogate them?
I can do that. I can do charm. I can charm monster.
So you have like
I'm down for that plan as long as I
illusion.
get to beat somebody up.
Might
Mhm.
not be a monster though.
If it's not a monster, I also have charm person.
Can I shoot them?
I mean,
No.
I've got Riz upon Riz. Don't don't doubt me.
Donk donk.
If anything goes wrong, I'll shoot them.
Before we go and let me get captured, we should probably find me like some sort of item to not go insane. I'm not.
I mean, we can knock you out of insanity.
And
There
you?
way.
Not this sort of insanity.
If you can get it before the second stage happens and you've got greater restoration on hand, you can prevent the nuts happening.
That's something I
got.
do not have.
I think I got greater restoration. No, I don't.
It's like a 4th or 5th level spell.
That's a 4th or 5th level
Yeah.
spell.
Don't got it.
Does
But
Purify count?
Purify could do it, potentially. Depends on how much you put into it.
We can have one of us use one of our intent die.
It would have to be either Kasai, or in this case, Azumi, Loki, or
Grisemi?
no, because that's not necessarily like your Dragonfire doesn't have like natural healing properties in it.
Okay.
Would you guys have to take me
I
down
was just talking
first?
about using magic to cancel out the thing, but
Well, it was the interaction between the Phoenix Fire and the Dragonfire that purified the orb. In this case, you're not trying to purify; you're trying to remove an outside threat. And if you use Dragonfire, you could damage it. Like you could damage the stuff, like the brain, essentially, like consciousness kind of thing. The Phoenix Flame, the Unicorn's natural ability to heal, and I believe either Slinky or it would have to be Loki or Azumi would have to use their intent die to do it.
Wait, would they have to take me down first though?
No, if they roll high enough, they won't need to.
Right. Like if I go partially insane, like would they have to fight me?
It depends on how long it takes. If you're able to get out of there before the whisperings start, then they won't have like no physical things need to stop you.
Right.
But like it really depends on how mentally strong your character is.
okay. Sorry, real quick. Intelligence Fortress, Intellect Fortress.
You have
Okay.
that on yourself.
And that be
But
cast
when
on
I have
me?
my armor, it also includes all nearby houses.
Does it really?
Ooh.
I mean, that's a thing.
I can also use
But that's what I'm making sure that would work for this situation.
For the duration, you are one willing creature you can see within range has resistance to psychic damage as well as an advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws. Yeah. You could totally designate either yourself. Well, it's always going to affect you, so you can designate one other person to have your intellect fortress as long as your armor is active.
Okay, so we have another thing that we can do with him. So it's something I could just keep doing it and just designate him,
Right.
which would definitely help against any sort of chaos influence.
Right. I have a +1 to intelligence, and Victory has a +3 to intelligence. Does that matter at all?
This would be wisdom.
Wisdom.
Mhm.
I have a. She has a +2. I have a +2.
Are you proficient in wisdom saves?
I got strength and constitution, I think. And she has intelligence and wisdom.
She'd probably just be okay just normally, but since it's going to be going through you, it'll hit you first. And if you
Right.
fail at it, she's not necessarily going to be any better. So it's really
Right.
on you whether or not it succeeds. And you're the resident
Which is
tiefling,
also-
so you'd be the one that they're going to go after.
Right.
Which is also why I'm saying you're my designated intelligence fortress guy. Intellect fortress.
Like,
which gives you advantage on it no matter, even if you don't have proficiency.
right. I was going to suggest like me and her switch places. Like me and Victory like Victory looks like me and I look like Victory. And then Victory be the designated person to get the intelligence bonus. That'd be more intelligence bonus.
Well, like I said, this would
More
be
wisdom.
wisdom.
Yeah, that'd be more wisdom. She's proficient in wisdom, so that's a +5. It's +2 +3
Mm-hmm.
plus whatever he has. What do you think? What a spell I can. Someone has like disguise or illusion.
Not
Anyone
me.
have illusion?
You know what? I was thinking about taking an illusion spell.
So was
Also
I.
something that I did not do.
Borb has some illusion stuff.
I have
Yeah.
invisibility.
I can just be the person. I'll sacrifice myself, but not. I don't want to die. I'll be the sacrifice.
Okay.
Okay.
We will do our best not to let you die.
Thank you.
No promises.
It is our honor. Yeah.
Victory just kind of like puts some very chicken covered paws on like your arms, or like maybe like the tops of your hands because she doesn't want to get your clothes all like dirty and stuff. And she's got like a giant like mouthful of chicken, and she's like, much like Moon said, let's not go into this intending to die.
Of course not. You'll be all right, Vicky.
Hey Vicky, you're so fine, you're so fine. Sorry. So we will end the session there. And then we can start up next week getting into the rigmarole of anti-Beastman chaos shenanigans.
Right. Sorry it took so long.
That's okay. Say goodbye to the YouTubes, everybody.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.